That is now San Diego 14, but Detroit leads that ball game 31-14. Now, one man that we saved for the last. Seattle Seahawks, he wears number 1. His name is Efrain Herrera. He is the kicker.
Well, I'll tell you, he has done something that's phenomenal this year. They have tried 5 onside kicks, and they have recovered 4 of them. If you recover 2 in a year, that's great, but they've recovered 4 out of the 5 that they've attempted.
And in the game last week against Green Bay, Herrera himself recovered 1 of the onside kicks.
Generally, when kickers kick the ball, they're taught, go over by the bench and stay out of the way, but he went after the football.
And that's something to watch for again today. Oakland, Seattle, what do you look for in the ball game?
Oakland is not fancy. They don't trick you. They come right after you, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to run to their left, and they're going to try to establish that running game.
And Seattle, they're in a very exciting ball club. They'll put it in the air.
Well, their problem is defensively. They're going to have to be able to stop Oakland's offense.
Stay with us this afternoon. Seattle and Oakland from the Kingdom. The executive producer of NFL 78 is Don Omeyer. Today's show was produced by Don McGuire, directed by Steve Rosen, technical director Walter Dress Jr., associate director Jim Robertson. Stay with us. It's coming up next. The Oakland Raiders, the Seattle Seahawks.
NBC Sports presents the best of the National Football League, the American Football Conference. Brought to you by New Schlitz Light Natural Pilsner Beer. Still less filling with a taste that's bigger than life. By Chrysler Plymouth, who invites you to see and compare Plymouth Volare, the solid, substantial midsize for $79. And by Allstate Insurance Companies. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This afternoon, the Oakland Raiders against the Seattle Seahawks from the Kingdom. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. Seattle won the toss and elected to receive. Al Hunter and Rufus Crawford are the 2 deep backs, and Ray Guy will get the ball game underway. At the goal line, it is Al Hunter. Hunter to the 10. 15, slips and goes down at the 17-yard line. So Seattle will go to work at their own 17-yard line. First down. Offensively for the Seattle Seahawks, the quarterback is Jim Zorn. The running backs, Sherman Smith and David Sims.
Number 10, Jim Zorn. He's the man to watch. He makes things go for this football team.
The receivers, Sam McCullum, Steve Largent on the outside, Ron Howard, number 87 is the tight end.
Look for number 80, Steve Largent. He's the man. He's the big play man for Seattle.
And Largent comes to a slot on the right side. First down, Seattle, their own 17-yard line. David Sims gets the call and has a couple of yards on the play. John Matuzak makes the tackle. We'll look now to the offensive line of Seattle. Nick Bebout, Tom Lynch, John Yarno, Bob Newton, and Steve August.
Steve August is having a fine year. He's one of the men involved with the trade with Dorsett with Dallas, along with Tom Lynch, number 61.
Defensively for the Oakland Raiders, that front 3, John Matuzak, Otis Sistrunk, and Dave Browning.
Number 73, Dave Browning. He's the new man on that team, and he's the first rookie to start defensively since '72.
Second down, 8. Sherman Smith. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down as Phil Villapiano was there. A gain of 6 on the play. The linebackers, Ted Hendricks, Monty Johnson, Rod Martin starting in place of Willie Hall and Phil Villapiano.
Number 83, Ted Hendricks. When they get into a passing situation, he's the man they like to blitz, to put pressure on the quarterback.
And in the secondary for Oakland, Lester Hayes, Monty Jackson, Charles Phillips, and Jack Tatum.
Number 42, Monty Jackson's a former All-Pro, but a lot of people feel that 37, Lester Hayes, may be the best one back there defensively.
Lewis Bullard, number 72, is in the lineup. He becomes a tight end on the left side. For Seattle in a short yardage situation. Sims has the first down. Breaks it outside the 40, the 45, the 50-yard line. Dave Browning makes the tackle. And we want to welcome those watching the San Diego-Detroit ball game. This game just underway. Along with Glenn Dawson, this is Charlie Jones. A pickup of 24 on that play as we look again.
First short yardage situation, a big play by that offensive line, breaking number 35, David Sims, loose, and he is the #1 rusher on this football team, the second leading pass receiver, and he's doing much of this on his own. 24 yards.
First down, 50-yard line. Jim Zorn, the quarterback. He fakes. Has all the time in the world. Comes back underneath to Sherman Smith. Smith slips 2 tackles. 41-yard line. He picks up 9. Rod Martin finally brings him down.
47. Sherman Smith has been out with an injury. He's been back a couple of weeks, but he really makes things happen for this football team. They feel that they really need him in that backfield because he takes a lot of pressure off of Zorn and also Sims. And here he's got all day in the world to throw the football. They're covered down deep, so that's why he's coming up short underneath. And here is running on your own, getting yardage on your own. Number 47, Sherman Smith, coming up with a big play. Now it's second and short.
Second down 1 at the Oakland 41-yard line. Sims, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. His momentum carries him almost a yard. It'll be close to a first down. Officials spot the ball on the Seahawks side of the 40-yard line. It will be third down and still around a half yard to go for a first down.
Number 72, Lewis Bullard into the ball game. That last third down situation was a big play for Seattle. Here's another big one, because initially when you get the football and you can march that ball down the field, maintain possession, it's a big thing for the offense. Momentum will be on your side.
2 tight ends. Sims. This will be close as he is wrestled down by Monty Johnson. The Raider defense has not been scored on in the first quarter this year. As we're nearing the halfway point in this NFL season, we will reach it later on this afternoon.
They'll take a measurement here, Charlie, and if they are not, if they don't have the first down, I would not be surprised to see them go for it on the 40-yard line. They got it.
First down.
It's really great, you know, come out initially when you get the football and maintain that ball 5 or 6 minutes. It really does something for your offense, and it does something to the opposition's defense too, believe me.
What about the opposition offense, the Oakland Raiders?
Well, they sit around there, particularly if they're scored on. They figure when they got to come in, they've got to get that 7 points back in a hurry. You get nervous over there, waiting. Play pass.
Zorn throws, and it is incomplete. Underthrowing the intended receiver, Sam McCullum. So it will be second down and 10 at the Oakland 40-yard line.
He's shaking his head and slapping his hands because he had his man open. It's just the ball was underthrown.
Steve Raible comes into the offensive set. Zorn has had a lot of time to throw in this ball game.
Well, they established that running game, and now he had a play-action pass on first down. It's a great opportunity to throw the football, plus the fact they're not going to be blitzing most of the time with that 3-man front on first down. They're going to try to stop the run.
5 men in the secondary. Willie Brown comes in. Rod Martin comes out for the Raiders. Second and 10. On a reverse, David Sims. Sims back to the line of scrimmage, spins for a couple of yards, and that will be it. Coming over the top was John Matuszak to wrap up the tackle. And at the bottom of the stack was Phil Villapiano.
That's the old, something like the old Statue of Liberty.
Very close.
Although he didn't have the ball up over his head, but he had it. That's what it is. The back started in one direction and came back around. You see number 10 Zorn going back, and here it is. 35 Sims started to his right, came back to his left. The offensive line out in front. Number 61 Tom Lynch getting out there trying to get a block for him.
Anticipating the pass, Mike McCoy and Pat Toomey are in the defensive line. Third down 7. No score early in the ball game. Zorn is pressured, and he will be sacked. That is the 13th sack on the year for the Oakland Raiders. And it was Pat Toomey who got it.
Number 67, Toomey, he's put in a situation, a passing situation, doing what he does best, and that is rush the passer. Does an outstanding job of getting by the offensive man, getting a hold of Zorn, and you better keep a hold of him because if he gets loose, he's got the great ability to run with the football.
Herman Weaver to kick to this man, Neil Colsey. #1 draft choice of the Raiders back in '75. Out of Ohio State. Excellent return. Weaver, 38-yard kicking average. And of course, here in the Kingdom, there is no wind, perfect conditions. He sails a beauty. Foot races on, and the football wins it. Touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line where the Oakland Raiders will go to work. We've got a timeout, 44 yards on the kick. No return. Back in a moment. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, the Kingdom. For those of you watching the San Diego-Detroit game wondering what happened, well, we had a switching central area in Burbank. That's the official title. It was a mistake is what it was.
I see.
But I'm glad that you're with us because we've got a great one here this afternoon between the Oakland Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks as Terry Robisky gets the call and picks up around 3 yards on the play. Dave Brown makes the tackle. All right, now let's set the offense for the Oakland Raiders. The quarterback is Ken Stabler. Terry Robisky and Mark Van Egan are the running backs.
Look for number 30, Mark Van Egan. He's going to get the call a lot today.
Wide receivers, Cliff Branch. Morris Bradshaw. The tight end is Dave Casper.
87 Casper. When Oakland gets close to the goal line, he's the man they go to.
2nd down, 7. Oakland's ball at their own 23-yard line. Stabler gives off to Van Egan. Van Egan moves to around the 28-yard line. A pick up of 5 as Terry Beeson makes the tackle. That offensive line for the Oakland Raiders, Art Shell, Gene Upshaw. They're tough on that left side. Dave Dalby, Mickey Marvin, and Henry Lawrence.
They're tough on the left side, but they're really happy with the right side, and that's because number 65, Mickey Marvin's doing an outstanding job, along with Big Henry Lawrence, number 70.
Raymond Chester comes in. Morris Bradshaw comes out. 2 tight ends on the set. 3rd down and 2. No score early in the first quarter of the ball game. Van Egan is stopped at the 29. It'll be 4th down 1. Keith Butler, the number 2 draft choice from Memphis State, was there for the Seahawk defense. So that means that Ray Guy will be coming aboard, and Rufus Crawford drops back in the neighborhood of his own 21-yard line, anticipating the punt of Ray Guy, who has a 41.9-yard average and is 2nd in the conference.
That was a big series for Seattle. Their defense, they've been giving up over 151 yards per game rushing, and they know that if they have any hopes to win this game, they must stop the rushing game of the Oakland Raiders. Which I might add is not an easy thing to do.
Sylvester with a perfect snap, and Guy gets off a beauty. Crawford fields it at the 25-yard line. He has 5. He fumbled. Seahawks recover. Keith Butler, we believe, is the man. Yes, it was Keith Butler who recovered the fumble. And Seahawks retain possession of the football. We'll take a timeout. 8:18 left to go. First quarter. We have no score in the Kingdom.
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area. NBC Sports.
It was a 47-yard punt by Ray Guy.
Well, last week all the breaks went against Seattle. This week maybe they're turning around in their favor because it ended up a good return for Seattle.
Seahawks have the ball. First down on their own 39-yard line. Keith Butler with that fumble recovery. Sam McCullum comes wide to the near side. Steve Largent wide to the far side. The running backs are split. Fumble on the snap, and Zorn recovers it.
Maybe I spoke too soon. Although he did recover his own fumble.
This was a problem last week. 4 fumbles that they lost against the Green Bay Packers. Here's that snap.
Well, he's just trying to get out of there in a hurry, and he did not get the ball from number 51, Yarno, the center. And always when you come to the sideline, the coach says, what happened out there? Whose fault was it? Depends on who gets there first. If the quarterback gets there first, he said it was the center's fault. And if the center gets there first, he said it was the quarterback's fault.
On offense now, Rabel is in. 3 wide receivers. On defense, Willie Brown is in. 5 men in the secondary. 2nd and 11. Both backs in the block. Pass is complete. Steve Rabel fumbles it and recovers it and picks up a first down.
Well, that was a great throw and a great catch, because number 24, Willie Brown, was all over 83, Steve Rabel. Good protection for Zorn. He gets the ball away. Look at there. You can see that Willie Brown is all over, and the ball has to be thrown just right, and he does. Hits him right on the numbers. And once again, the ball is bouncing right for Seattle, but I don't think they would have called that a fumble anyway, because he was down when the ball got out of his hands.
A gain of 11 yards on the play. First down at the Oakland 49-yard line.
You know, Zorn has had an amazing third down situation throwing. He's completed, I think, about 70% of his passes.
Sims in motion. Second back through is Sherman Smith. And Smith picks up back-to-back first downs. Monty Johnson stops him. A gain of 11 yards on the play.
Well, we said this is an offensive team that's very explosive. They need number 47. What they're doing, man in motion, trying to spread out that defense. Now he's just looking to see what hole he can go in. A good hole up front. 11 yards and another first down.
Oakland 37-yard line. Zorn to throw on first down. Quick out. It's there.
Yes.
Duke Ferguson.
That pass has to be perfectly timed. That time it was. He threw the ball way before 89 Ferguson turned around. The ball was right there when he turned around. That's what you call timing, down to the perfection.
A gain of 7 on the play, 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 3. Now remember, we have 6:05 left to go first quarter. We have no score. And the Oakland Raiders have been on offense for only one short series.
You can see the offensive unit getting itchy down there for Oakland. They've had the ball just 3 plays.
Second and 3. Smith. And he'll pick up a first down. He goes to the 26-yard line. Needed 3, and he got 4.
The thing I like about this Seattle football team offensively, they don't get into any pattern. They're liable to do anything at any place on the football field. And Zorn is
another sellout crowd here in the Kingdom.
And they're happy because they see the offense moving the football. When the offense has the ball and Oakland doesn't, that means that you're in good shape, because Oakland can score.
And also, you mentioned at the top of the telecast, the problem area for the Seattle Seahawks is their defense.
That's right. If they're on the bench, there's no problem.
First down. They mark it at the 25-yard line of the Raiders. Smith mix up in the backfield. He'll stumble forward for a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 9. Rod Martin of USC, a free agent in 1977, made the tackle.
Well, that mix-up was big twos. Number 72, defensive left end John Matuzak coming in. The back is supposed to block him, but that's a mismatch right there. He knocked him 3 yards back.
David Sims didn't have a chance, did he?
No, sir. He's just happy that his head is still on his shoulders.
Ron Howard, the tight end, comes out. Rabel comes in. 3 wide receivers for Seattle. Second and 9, Oakland 24. Zorn, quarterback draw. 15. Diving inside the 10 to the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. Jack Tatum was there to cover it.
Well, we had said he adds a big dimension to this offense at the pregame show at the top of this show, and here's evidence of this is a quarterback draw. It's designed to go this way. He's looking for an opening. He's got it. And now he does a great job of maintaining his balance, and now he's going to head for the sideline. He knows 32. He knows who that man is. Get down in a hurry.
He slipped the tackle of Matuzak first.
Yes, but you can see the ability that he has to maintain his balance, and what a great dimension this adds to the offense. 4.6 speed in the 40, which is fast as a halfback's run.
At the 9-yard line of the Raiders, first down, goal to go. Sims straight ahead to the 5, where it'll be second down. David Sims, 104 yards against Green Bay last week. And that is the second time this year that he has been over the 100-yard mark. He had 121 against the Jets. Number 1 in scoring in the AFC with 7 touchdowns.
Jack Patera right now, things are going his way. He's quite happy, but I know what he would like to see. He would like to see that ball inserted into the end zone. Right now, they're maintaining that line of scrimmage. I'm talking about Seattle. They've got possession of that line of scrimmage so far.
2 tight ends. Second down, goal to go. Smith to the 2-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go. Sherman Smith He was a quarterback at Miami of Ohio, 6'4", 225.
I can't believe it. Quarterback, and he's running in there. But the great thing about the backs for Seattle, they're both big. And down here, this is where that size and strength counts, because you got to bull your way in most of the time.
Smith, 6'4", 225. David Sims, 6'3", 216.
Plus, if a back always helps block down here. They generally get a key block, and that's why that size is important.
Third down, goal to go, 2-yard line. Diving into the end zone. David Sims, his 8th touchdown of the year.
Well, I said you got to bull your way into the end zone when you get down there, and it's a good thing that these men are so big and strong, because that's what he's doing. It's up and over. Number 35, David Sims. He's planting his foot, going airborne, but he knows he's got to get about 2 yards, and that size, strength, and that lunging ability gets him into the end zone. Big touchdown.
61 yards of the drive, 10 plays, no mistakes, 2:37 time remaining first quarter. Herrera to attempt the point after. It is good. And the Seahawks lead it 7-0 as we look again to the touchdown by David Sims.
Offensive line has to go aggressively because they know that those men are going to submarine. Now it's up and over for the back. 35, Sims up and over, and it's a good thing that he's so big and strong.
We'll take a timeout with the score. Seattle 7 and Oakland nothing. John Madden, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, with 99 victories in the NFL. Joe Stewart, number 80. Arthur Whittington, the speedster, number 22, the rookie from SMU, set to return the kickoff of Efren Herrera. At the 9-yard line, Whittington. And he is dumped at the 25-yard line.
Cornell Webster, great play. Number 38.
So for the second time in the ballgame, the Oakland Raiders in offense. Let's look at the Seattle defense.
They've hardly been around long enough.
Ernie Price, Dennis Boyd, Bill Sandiford, Bill Gregory say hello to each other.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to get a workout today because Oakland's going to come right at them.
Oakland's ball. Their own 25-yard line, first down. Mike Van Egan. Van Egan has 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5. Autry Beeman makes the tackle. The linebackers are Sammy Green, Terry Beeson, and Keith Butler for the Seahawks.
Watch number 58. You talk about hitters. Terry Beeson, 58, the middle linebacker. He is that.
And in the secondary, Cornell Webster, Dave Brown, Autry Beeman, and John Harris.
Number 27, Beeman's going to have his hands full near the goal line because he's going to have to guard Casper of Oakland.
Cliff Branch comes wide to the near side. Bradshaw wide to the far side. Stabler to throw. Under pressure, he completes the pass to Cliff Branch. And Branch is out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Raider territory. First down in the ball game for Oakland. Dave Brown at the coverage.
Boy, they do this so well because Cliff Branch, number 21, sort of a play-action pass by Kenny, but he knows where he's going, and he goes so deep. He's about 25 yards deep. He throws the ball. Branch hadn't even turned by the time he threw the ball. Comes back for the ball near the sideline. Great throw, great catch. That's great timing.
And for Cliff Branch, that is his 19th reception of the year. Both backs in the block. Stabler fires. Branch again over the middle. 41-yard line, Seattle territory. Terry Beeson, the middle linebacker, brought him down.
Stabler going back to throw, and he has a lot of time to throw the football, and that's the great asset of this big line. He's getting pressure right now, and when you can catch the ball in a crowd like this, he knows, number 21, Cliff knows he's going to get nailed right there. He knows he's going to get hit because that's the middle of all that traffic, because there are 3 or 4 defensive men around there.
When he gets hit again. Hyde, Seattle 41. Whittington is in the backfield. Going deep. It is incomplete. Morris Bradshaw, the intended receiver, and Dave Brown had excellent coverage on the 5-year veteran from Ohio State.
Talking about Seattle's offense, and they'll do things. I should also mention that Kenny Stabler and the Oakland Raiders, they will do things. They'll throw that ball. Bradshaw does a great job for him because he gives them that additional speed on the outside.
Today's telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Seattle Seahawks and the National Football League is prohibited. 2nd down and 10. at the Seattle 41-yard line. Seattle leads 7-0. Arthur Whittington, the speedster, gets only a yard to the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 9 as Peter Cronin brought him down. Let's go back to the touchdown by David Sims. We mentioned that for Sims, that is his 8th touchdown of the year. That is the first touchdown scored on the Oakland Raiders in the first quarter this year.
Well, they've done a magnificent job. They must have had the football a lot, too. You credit Oakland's offense with that because they maintain possession of the football.
They're down in 9. And now Fred Biletnikoff is in as a wide receiver. He goes to the far side. Bradshaw's in the slot on the far side, and Branch splits to the near side. Pass is dropped and the flag is down. Dave Casper, the tight end, the intended receiver. The penalty will be against the Oakland Raiders. Now the pass was incomplete. It was 3rd down 9. To give you the choices, we look again.
They have to put some pressure on Kenny Stabler, and you can see that they're blitzing the linebackers trying to get that pressure, but he still has excellent protection back here. You're going to see something you don't see very often, and that is number 87, Dave Casper, dropping the football. He just does not do it.
The holding call against the Oakland Raiders refused, and Ray Guy is in the punt. It'll be 4th down and 9. 17 seconds time remaining first quarter. Rufus Crawford set for the return to the 10-yard line. Guy, of course, will go to the corner, and he'll go to the left corner.
Or he may try to put a hole in the top of this dome. He's capable, I think.
He drills it at the left corner, and he just misses it. Goes into the end zone for the touchback. He missed out of bounds by about 3 yards. We'll be back in a moment with the score. Seattle 7 and Oakland nothing. That is a final now. Detroit defeats San Diego 31-14.
Boy, that is a big surprise to me, particularly with the defense that San Diego has displayed this year. I didn't think that Detroit could put that many points on the board.
And let's check with our staff. Do we have a score in on the Denver game? We'll have that for you in a moment. That's the other big game that we're watching in the West. From the 20-yard line. Sims to the outside. Turns the corner. And picks up 6 on the play to the 26. It'll be 2nd and 4 as Monty Johnson makes the tackle. And with that play, time will run out in the first quarter. After 1 down with 3 to go, it is Seattle 7, Oakland nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter of today's football game after these messages from your local station.
See the. You're watching KING TV, Seattle.
Along with our producer, David Stern, Barry Stoddard, our director, this is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. Seattle leading Oakland 7-0. And in the first quarter, Denver leads Baltimore 3-0. Jim Turner, 33-yard field goal. Seattle 2nd and 4, their own 26-yard line.
Play pass.
Zorn has a man wide, overthrown. It is intercepted. Monty Jackson has the interception to the 25. Big break for the Oakland Raiders. Monty Jackson with his first interception of the year.
I'm sure that Zorn would like to have this ball back because he had his man, number 47, Sherman Smith, open. Just not a good throw. He overthrew him just enough where he could tip the ball, tipped it right into Jackson's hands. Now he turns into a runner. You can see right there, the tip enabled the ball to hang up there so that 42 Jackson could intercept it, which means that he's watching that ball and concentrating on the ball. Now his problem is how to get down the other way and try to get a score.
Monty Jackson, 24 yards on the return. Stabler goes right to work. Into the end zone. And it is intercepted right back Audrey Beeman. Seattle has the ball at their own 20-yard line.
He was trying to go to number 21, Cliff Branch, who was running a corner pattern or toward the corner of the end zone, but number 27, Audrey Beeman, would have none of that because he's following it all the way. He's going for the home run. They get a big break, so Stabler says, let's go back and put the kill to him. He's going deep to the corner of the end zone looking for number 21, Cliff Branch, but it was well played and really an outstanding interception by 27, Audrey Beeman. You can take a look what the defensive backs, what the quarterback is looking at back there. He just overthrew him. He should have overthrown him a little bit more, thrown it completely out of the end zone had he seen that safety man.
And there is Kenny Stabler. That is his
16th
interception that he has served up this year, most in the conference. John Madden, the head coach. Seattle now from their own 20-yard line. Seahawks lead it 7-0. We're in the second quarter, opening moment. Zorn goes deep. Largent.
Oh,
There was tripping as Monty Jackson went down. There was not a flag on the play. Steve Largent, the intended receiver.
Well, the people out here think that number 42 Jackson, who just intercepted the ball, shoved Largent, number 80. You can see that
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Can we look again?
He didn't do it intentionally, and if he did.
No, the tripping, yes. Good. I believe he just tripped himself, didn't he?
They're both entitled to the football when it's in the air.
Consider that they're both wide receivers. That's the way an official thinks. No, I think that was one of those things that just happened. I do not believe that should have been called either way. Bring it back to another good call or a good no call by the official. Second down 10. Zorn on the draw. Sims, maybe a yard. Browning was there. It'll be third down and 9.
That play, Charlie, did a couple of things. One, it showed me that Zorn's got a good arm, that he can throw the ball a long ways. And secondly, what it's going to tell that Oakland defense, don't be snuggling up there in that 15-yard area when I'm going to throw the football, because I may go deep. So you better be alert for that.
Let's go back to the first quarter. Total offense, 98 yards Seattle, 74 for Oakland. Seattle had 69 on the ground, 14 rushing for Oakland. Oakland threw for 30, Seattle threw for 29. That was in the first quarter. Third down 9. Seattle leads it 7-0. Zorn way overthrowing Sam McCullum. I believe he was throwing the ball away. Lester Hayes, excellent defensive position.
They brought in their rushing team. I'm talking about Oakland. Toomey, number 67, was in there, and they were putting pressure on Zorn. One thing he didn't want to do is cough up the ball back there. And if a man isn't open, we're ahead 7-0. Throw the ball away. Let us punt and let them score on our defense, if they're going to score.
Neil Colsey, 39-yard line, Oakland territory, steps up to the 40. Herman Weaver will be kicking. It's a beauty. Excellent hang time. Colsey, 35-yard line, 40, and returns to the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the return. We have 13:36 time remaining in the first half. Following that 45-yard kick, Seattle leads it 7-0.
Hello. So this is what a House of Windsor cigar looks like when it's new. You see, I specialize in previously owned cigars. Oh, that fresh aroma. Select imported and domestic tobaccos. And the price, value and quality all rolled into one. Why, I could get a pack of Palmas, Sportsmans, or Panatellas. Smoke one after dinner. Only had to branch for dinner. In pack or box, House of Windsor, where quality still counts.
Welcome to our people-pleasing places.
You're confirmed in Chicago and St. Louis, and you're going to love the ending.
Need our people-pleasing places.
Holiday Inn Hotels are #1 in the world, with the best locations near where you want to be.
I can walk.
The most popular choice of locations.
Wherever you go in this whole big traveling world.
We want to make you comfortable.
Holiday Inn is #1 people-pleasing.
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area.
NBC Sports.
In the NFL this afternoon, the first of the upset, and we have them every Sunday, the Giants defeating Washington 17-6. Oakland from their own 45-yard line, first down. Terry Robisky. Robisky picks up 7. 48-yard line of Seattle will be second down 3. Bill Sandifer makes the tackle. Let's go back to the other scores. I did not think that would happen.
I did not.
Detroit 31,
that type of score.
San Diego
No.
14. Chargers simply cannot get it going. The Jets pick up a victory. The Cardinals, they have yet to win under Bud Wilkins. Mark Van Egan, and he is swarmed under. It'll be third down, still around 2.5 to 3 to go. Autry Beeman was there for the defense.
Well, that defense of Seattle, I'm sure that they've heard all week long about the strength of Oakland running to their left. But Stabler likes to run to the left, and they do it so very, very well. So I'm sure that they're really psyched up about that.
Yeah, a couple more scores. A field goal and a safety, and Cincinnati has yet to win.
Like a baseball score.
It does. Tampa Bay. Hey, they got some offense, didn't they? Oakland needs some offense right here. Third down, 3. Is down. Stabler is down. That is only the 8th sack of the year for the Seahawks, and split it up between Sammy Green and Bill Gregory. Holding against Oakland.
Well, we said at the top of the show and even before the show about Stabler's knees that he isn't able to move, but he didn't have much of a chance here because they're coming. Number 66 is Bill Sandifer. They have a stunt in the middle with those defensive linemen. He grabs a hold of Stabler, and it's all over. Another big play by that young defensive team of Seattle.
Holding against the Raiders, refused. Ray Guy is in to kick to Rufus Crawford.
Charlie, this is a different Seattle team this week than what we saw a week ago.
Certainly is. Crawford, 22-yard line. 11 yards on the return, maybe 12 to the 33 and the 34-yard line. Well, Russell brings it down. We'll stop the clock. 12-13. Time remaining first half. A 40-yard kick, 11-yard return. Back in a moment. Total offense, and Seattle leads 7-0, but this is just a typical Ken Stabler afternoon. Stay close and beat him in the last 2 minutes. You got to watch this man. He'll do it to you.
Don't be. You better be way ahead in the fourth quarter with Kenny Stabler at the controls.
Seattle first down their own 34. Zorn play action first down. Fires. Pass is complete. Tight end Ron Howard. First down. Stiff arm out of bounds. Howard is in his 5th year, a basketball player here in Seattle, did not play college football, was with the Dallas Cowboys for a couple of years.
I tell you, I like this Seattle offense because they come at you. Play action pass. He's looking over to his right side, and the tight end delayed, and they just came underneath the defensive backs and the linebackers. See the linebackers, Villapiano 41 is deep, so they just threw it underneath and let him run and let the defense make the tackle.
Also, you like play action on first down.
Oh, I do, because generally speaking, defenses are looking to stop the run on first down, to put you in a passing situation.
The Oakland 48. Here is Sims. 46-yard line. He has a couple on the play. Mike McCoy, the middle guard, makes his stop. It'll be second down and 8.
Like that play. Villapiano, number 41. He was looking for the run all the way. He was 3 yards deep in the backfield, and he made that play. Now, if it had been play action passes, number 41 is Villapiano. He's reading run all the way, and you see he's coming back, forcing the play inside. Doing a good job. He didn't make the tackle, but he did his job.
Excellent coverage by David Stern, our producer. Barry Stoddard, our director, right on top of our replays today.
That's true. Outstanding.
Second down 8. Oakland 46-yard line. 11:23 time remaining first half. The draw to Sherman Smith, decked immediately by John Matusak.
Well, they were trying to sneak. They knew that going to throw the football, trying to sneak that back through there on a draw play, but that time it didn't work.
Third down and 9. So Pat Toomey comes aboard for the Raiders, looking for the pass. Sam McCullum, wide receiver near side. Steve Rabel.
Yeah, they have 3 wide
receiver far side, along with Steve Largent. Sims the remaining back. Third and 9. Zorn throws, and it's tipped. It is incomplete. Largent, the intended receiver, will be fourth down and 9 at the 47-yard line of the Oakland Raiders.
Good protection that time. The Stork, number 83, Ted Hendricks, came, but He had plenty of time to throw. The ball was just a little overthrown. A quarterback probably would say, well, if you get your hands on it, you should catch it. That would have been a rather difficult catch.
Neil Colsey set to return the punt of Herman Weaver. In the first quarter, Seattle put together a perfect 61-yard drive in 10 plays. David Sims going in from 2 yards out, and that has been the scoring. He juggles it. He gets it into the end zone. Bring it out to the 20-yard line. There's a flag down back at the 50-yard line.
I don't know how he got it through those people.
Don't either. I was looking to see the ball go bouncing behind him. Let's look again. Herman Weaver in action.
See, he didn't go over to meet the ball. He should have run that back. What he should do is move his whole body over there, just like an infielder. Get your whole body out there and keep the ball in front of you. Had he done that, then he probably would have had an easier time of handling it. But he gets it away. He didn't concentrate looking at the ball. He gets it underneath somebody.
Woo! The Stork almost had it. Ineligible man downfield. It will be refused. Oakland has the football at the 20-yard line. We'll take a timeout. Seahawks lead it 7-0.
Nobody does it better than Hurts.
Nobody does it better. Hurts leads the others by far. Nobody does it best of all. You Hurts the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang, LTD, or other fine car faster.
Hurts the superstar.
You know it.
This computer is the brain behind an extraordinary game from Parker Brothers, codename Sector. You use the computer to track down an unseen sub. The sub uses the computer to escape and counterattack. Your mission, be the first ship to sink the enemy sub.
Range 10, speed 9, firing range. Depth 3, fire. All right.
Codename Sector, the board game where you match wits for the computer.
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area.
NBC Sports.
Next Sunday, NFL 78, the feature will be on the NFL cheerleader controversy on NBC. We will have a doubleheader. We'll start it off with a 1 o'clock ball game. Buffalo at Cleveland, Houston at Cincinnati, Kansas City at Pittsburgh, and the New York Jets at New England. And the 4 o'clock games, these are the ones to watch. Baltimore and Miami, the ones that we're interested in. San Diego at Oakland. Remember that holy roller game that Oakland won it after it was over, 21-20? And Denver at Seattle, that's another sellout here in the Kingdom. Not after it was over, it's right on the last play of the ball game. All right, Kenny Stabler, 2 for 4, 30 yards, 1 interception, feeds out to Terry Robisky. And there's no place for Terry to go as Keith Butler is there to stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Keith Butler was there to make the tackle, but number 77, Bill Gregory, he's the man that enabled him to make that play. And here's Robisky, who's had some problems with injuries, is hobbling off the field.
We'll try and get a report on that left leg, knee, and or ankle. Arthur Whittington comes in, 9'4" speedster, the rookie from SMU, 5'11", 180 pounds. Stabler to throw, second down, lots of time. Interception. Seahawks have the ball. Peter Cronin has the interception. Second time that Stabler has been intercepted this afternoon.
He had all the time in the world to throw. You can look at the protection that he's getting. Number 30, Van Egan, staying back there to help block. He was looking for Casper up to the right part of your screen. Now he's throwing it back to, looks like to Branch, 21, but he throws it right in the numbers of 57, Peter Cronin. Evidently, Kenny didn't see that linebacker at all because he threw it right in his stomach.
At the Oakland 29-yard line, Seahawks have a first down. Zorn picks up 6 after traveling about 26. Villapiano stopped it.
Well, that's the thing about Zorn that he can do so well. He'll go back in the pocket, and then he'll move out to his right or to his left. Now, that's designed. You can see 47, Sherman Smith, is blocking there, giving him the outside lane. He need either run or throw. He decides to run. He's telling his lineman to run. Now the running ability of number 10 is being displayed. That's 2 big runs that he's had already today.
Official spotted at the 25-yard line, so it is 2nd down and 6. 9 minutes left to go first half. Seahawks lead 7-0. Sims straight ahead. 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and still a couple.
That play must be 50, 60 years old. It's a strict dive play. I know when players start in grade school or junior high school, that's the first play that you learn. Straight ahead dive, straight ahead blocking. And against a 3-man front, a lot of times that's an excellent play.
Jack Patera, the head man of the Seattle Seahawks. Number 12 is Sam Atkins. He and Steve Meyer, the 2 backup quarterbacks. 3rd down 2. Sim. First. Flag is down on the play. If the penalty goes against the Seahawks, it will be the first flag dropped against him in the ball game. It is against Seattle.
Indicated that it's offensive holding.
By the way, here are the officials. Don Wedge is the referee. Frank Sinkovich is the umpire. Gil Mace, the head linesman. Don Porter, the line judge. Al Jury, the back judge. Dick Ferguson, the side judge. And Bill O'Brien is the field judge. So bring it out to the 31-yard line.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 3rd down.
Holding on Lewis Bullard. 3rd down and 12. Willie Brown comes into that defensive set. 5 in the secondary. Largent, McCullum, and Rabel, 3 wide receivers. Quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Inside the 10-yard line to the 9. And a flag goes down as he was hit at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I think they may be.
2 yards of the play could be a late hit against the Oakland Raiders. That's the call.
This is the 2nd time that they've run this quarterback draw, and it's designed that way. Look at number 51. John Yarno, the center. He's looking for somebody to block, and he better get out and move because Zorn can run with the football. He's hog-tied right there, and I think what they're going to call is 32. Jack Tatum coming in for a late hit.
That's the call. A gain of 22 plus the penalty. 4-yard line, 1st down, goal to go.
That really makes it tough on a defense when you've got a quarterback and run like that and can throw the way that he's been throwing.
And remember, it was the interception by Peter Cronin that set it all up. Sim, straight shot. David goes to the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, goal to go. Matuzak was there. Sistrunk was also there.
This is the tough yardage down here for an offense, and they're doing a good job of.
And we have an injury. Dave Browning, we believe, is the injured player. The rookie taken in the 2nd round of the draft from the University of Washington. And don't forget the football games next week on NBC, the doubleheader, the 1 o'clock ball games. Buffalo at Cleveland, Houston at Cincinnati, Kansas City at Pittsburgh, the Jets at New England. And the 4 o'clock ball games, these are the big ones. Baltimore and Miami, the ones with the interest on the West Coast, San Diego at Oakland, and Denver at Seattle. Here the score is Seattle 7 and Oakland nothing. The Oakland Raiders coming into the ball game tied with the Denver Broncos. Oakland's record on the year is 5-2. An update now on the Miami-New England game this afternoon. It is tied 7-7. Delvin Williams scoring first for Miami. Andy Johnson scoring in the 2nd quarter for New England. 10 minutes to go in the first half of that ball game. It's a 7-7 tie.
This is a big opportunity right here for both teams, because if Oakland can hold and make them settle for 3 points, it'll be a big plus for their team. And on the other side, if Seattle gets in for another touchdown and goes ahead 14 points, It's tough to overcome that type of a lead, as Seattle found out last week. They were down 21-0 before they could turn their head around.
And this is good news. Dave Browning coming out under his own power.
Yes.
Be sure to stay with us at halftime. NFL 78 in New York will be updating all of the scores in the NFL this afternoon. And we had an injury report in on Terry Robisky. It is a knee injury, doubtful if he will return. So 2 Raiders have gone down via the injury route thus far. We'll get a report on Dave Browning. Back to action. Seattle. 2nd down, goal to go. 2nd back through. Touchdown. Sherman Smith. 13-0. Seattle, extra point yet to come.
Good hard running by the backs, going straight off tackle, faking to the fullback up the middle, and he's just getting into the end zone right now, and he gets the ball over. The ball pops out of his hands, but all the ball has to do is get across that plane, that white line, and it's a touchdown. After that, the ball can go any place. Good play by Seattle.
29 yards on the drive. 5 plays. The interception set it up. Stabler has been intercepted twice in the ball game. Flag is down. The extra point was through the uprights, but a flag is down.
Offsides. Defense. 53. Penalized on the kickoff.
Oakland was offsides. Extra point counts. The penalty will come on the ensuing kickoff. 7:33 left to go in the first half. It is Seattle 14, Oakland nothing.
Today in the King.
Uh-oh. Found some more damage hiding way back under there. Gonna cost you more.
Oh, boy. And the insurance is settled. I guess I got stuck.
Not with Allstate.
Oh, yeah?
That kind of hidden damage gets you a new settlement. Fair is fair.
I'll check it out.
And Allstate believes that's the only way to settle a claim.
Well?
We'll pay for it.
Well.
When it comes to claims, Allstate wants to be fair.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Marty, shh, you'll scare the fish. But we're missing the big football game. Relax, my VHS home video recorder is taping it right now. Terrific. Watch. Terrific. But suppose it's over 3 hours. Relax. Panasonic VHS tapes up to 4 hours of sports, movies, specials on one cassette. Wow. This VHS is for me. We caught the whole game. Best catch of the day. Yeah.
VHS, the 4-hour system from Panasonic and other leading companies.
Just all you have to do is get that ball across that white plane into the end zone, and it's a touchdown regardless of what happens.
Even in the middle of the field, that would not be a fumble. He had possession when his elbow hit. That's an artificial surface call because then it's jarred loose. Now with the 5-yard penalty on the ensuing kickoff, this means that Herrera will be kicking from the 40-yard line with Joe Stewart and Arthur Whittington, the deep backs for the Oakland Raiders.
And both of those players can really fly.
Whittington fields it at the 3-yard line to the 10, 15, 9-4 speed outside the 30 to the 32-yard line. 29 yards on the return. Keith Simpson stopped him for the Seahawks.
The last time they kicked off number 38, Cornell Webster made a great play. Now he did something here that he shouldn't do. He's the outside man, and that's his area to the outside. Now he overran him, so he comes right back out to the lane that number 38 was supposed to be guarding and picks up some additional yardage.
Oakland from their own 32-yard line. First down. Whittington carries. He moves out to the 39, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down 3. Terry Beeson makes the tackle. Good news for the Oakland Raiders. The report on Dave Browning, bruised ribs, will probably return to the game.
Good news.
And in case you missed it, Terry Robisky has a knee injury, probably will not return to the game.
We pointed out at the beginning of the show that the knee is the most important part of a football player's body.
Have to keep your knees healthy. Stabler throws. Comeback pattern is incomplete. A flag is down. Bradshaw, the intended receiver. Cornell Webster had the cover.
Number 38, Cornell Webster, was the man that was guarding. Stabler once again has time to throw, and this is a timing pattern. He's got to throw because pressure is coming back at the ball. I think he touched him there before. He wasn't going for the ball at all. He was trying to strip him, as you can see right there, trying to strip his arms of the football.
From another angle right there, contact before the ball. Good call. Fisher's having a good afternoon thus far.
Yes, sir. People here don't agree with that particular call, but it was a good one.
They mark it at the Oakland 49-yard line, first down. Stabler sends now 5 on the pattern. He will be sacked. Second sack of the afternoon. Ernie Price got this one. And that is only the 9th sack of the year for the Seattle defense. Baltimore leading Denver 7-3. And this is a game, of course, that sets up next week's game, Denver at Seattle. It's a sellout right here. Fred Biletnikoff checks in as a wide receiver. Second down 15. The king of Stickum, number 25.
You got 5 defensive backs anticipating the pass.
Stabler throws. Pass is complete. Cliff Branch. Branch to the 40-yard line, picks up a first down. 16 on the play. Keith Simpson, the #1 draft choice out of Memphis State for the Seahawks, makes the tackle.
Keeping his back in to make sure that Kenny gets plenty of time to protect. 59 linebacker Cronin coming in, but plenty of time to throw. And a good throw by Stabler, hitting Branch right where you're supposed to, right on the numbers. And once again, Branch is catching it in traffic.
The responsibility of the remaining backs when he holds them in for maximum protection.
Well, that responsibility is to pick up anybody that comes in, anybody who needs help.
Van Egan, flag is down. Van Egan has 3, maybe 4 on the play. Keith Butler makes the tackle. Now, if nobody's coming, then what is
nobody's
the
coming, and he could be an outlet. He can check someplace, and so that the quarterback knows if he's in trouble, if he's got to get rid of the ball, there isn't any linebackers coming, that he can turn around and dump it off to that fullback or the remaining back.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. First down.
Holding on Dave Dalby, the center. It'll be first down and 20 as we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
You're watching Channel 5, KING TV, Seattle.
Along with David Stern, our producer, Barry Stoddard, our director, this is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Kingdom, Seattle. Seahawks leading Oakland 14-0. Stabler throws, drop. Morris Bradshaw, the intended receiver. Cliff Branch has all 3 Oakland receptions in the ball game, 3 catches for 46 yards. Stabler is now 3 for 7.
Kenny had all the time in the world to throw this ball, and I'm sure that number 81, Bradshaw, feels he should have caught it. You can see he's looking over the field. It would not have been a first down had he caught the football because the defensive man was right there. But just a matter of concentrating, keeping your eye. First things first, and that is catch that football. You can see his eyes are not following the football.
Second down 20. 3 wide receivers for the Raiders. Pete Banaszak is the remaining back. Banaszak picks up a linebacker. Pass is complete. A gain of around 14, maybe 15 to Fred Biletnikoff.
Well, how many times have you seen that combination? Stabler to Biletnikoff, and I'm sure that you're going to see it many more times to come, too.
You know what comes to my mind? Remember the dinner that we had before the New England game several weeks ago? And we were ordering the wine, and we turned to the waiter and said we would like a bottle of Fred Biletnikoff. And he said, what? He said, number 25.
Had we
Third down 5.
Been in Oakland, they would have known what we were talking about.
Stabler throws. It is incomplete. Dave Brown was there for the defense. Cliff Branch exchanging pleasantries with Autry Beeman.
Yeah, pleasantries. I assure you that isn't what they're talking about.
There's a lot of swearing on the field, honestly.
Not that much.
You're too busy, really, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to say something to somebody, but they're all college graduates out there. They don't have to resort to profanity.
And here's Rufus Crawford, a graduate of Virginia State. And Ray Geidekind.
Great guy can throw the football, you know, about 100 yards. They've yet to do it, but it'd be interesting to see him try.
He goes for the corner once again, and once again he misses. He's off just a little to the right. It's a touchback. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, a punt of 35 yards. And the Seahawks will move on offense with Seattle leading by a score of 14-0 with 4:36 time remaining in the first half. And Dave Browning is back in the ball game on defense for the Oakland Raiders, number 73 at defensive right end.
Big series right here for Oakland because they've got to stop Seattle and try to get some points before they go into half. It's 4.5 minutes remaining on that clock. They're down by 14. They'd like to see some points on the board before they win.
Testerman in the backfield in motion. The give is to Sherman Smith. Ted Hendricks makes the tackle, a gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Testerman does not play that much, number 42 in his 3rd year from Clemson, but is an excellent blocker.
He's an excellent blocker, and that's probably why he's in the ball game, because they want to run the football. They'd be content right now not to score any points, although they're going to try to score some points. But what they want to do is get a couple of first downs, run out the clock, and keep that ball away from the Oakland Raiders.
Mistake-free offense, very important for Seattle right here.
This week they are. Last week it was anything but.
Rabel comes in, 3 wide receivers. Zorn goes right to the air, drops it off the screen. Testerman, first down, 31-yard line. Rod Martin replacing Willie Hall at linebacker makes the tackle.
Good job by the offensive lineman of Seattle getting out in front of number 42, Don Testerman. This is a safe pass. Now, Zorn was not going to take a chance of throwing the ball downfield and having it intercepted. Throwing a little screen pass. You can see Matuzak was going after the quarterback. Your 2 offensive linemen out in front. And their job is just go get somebody. Let the back worry about where he's going to run. Just enough for the first down. More importantly, the clock is still running. That's in favor of Seattle.
3:11 and moving. Time remaining first half. Sherman Smith. A gain of 8. 2nd down and 2. Monty Johnson makes the tackle. Bad news for the Seattle Seahawks. David Sims has a sprained knee, is out the remainder of the game. Now this is a man who has scored 8 touchdowns this year. Their leading rusher and number 2 receiver. Big part of the offense.
Yes, sir. Hopefully the knee isn't damaged that badly. Generally they won't know for a couple of days.
Zorn has completed 5 of 10 for 55 yards. He has used 5 different receivers. Jim likes to spread it around. First down. Ron Howard, the tight end. Near the 50-yard line, 49-yard line, Seattle. Rod Martin with a tackle.
Well, play action pass once again. And just a moment ago, you mentioned the blocking ability of number 42, Don Testerman. And he's in the backfield, faking. Now he's looking to the left side, and he's just going to dump it off here to the tight end. You can see number 42. He's trying to help out his teammates. He's going to get a lick in right there. But it was a good play by the linebacker.
2-minute warning will be given to both benches. We'll take a timeout. It is Seattle 14 and Oakland nothing. Back in a moment to the Kingdom.
Hi, I'm Carlo Rossi. I've learned a lot about tasting wines. I've done it for over 45 years. Of course, we're always tasting Carlo Rossi wines. Well, this is the only way you can get consistent quality. You'll like our Rhine wine. It's fresh, fruity, just a hint of natural sweetness. I know you'll taste the difference experience makes. I like talking about Carlo Rossi Rhine wine, but I'd rather drink it.
1923, the first non-stop coast-to-coast flight made with Pennzoil. 1934, a new transcontinental speed record made with Pennzoil. Pennzoil goes the distance. Through the years, people have come to know and trust the quality in this bright yellow can. And today, Pennzoil still stands the test of quality. It's all there in the bright yellow can. Pennzoil, always worth asking for.
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area.
NBC Sports.
Number 73, Dave Browning, the rookie from Washington, defensive end with those bruised ribs, was back in the ballgame. He's now back on the bench and has been replaced by Pat Toomey. In first downs thus far, Oakland has 4, 2 in each quarter. The Seahawks have 13. From the Seattle 49-yard line, first down.
I look for Seattle to keep it on the ground. Look at that. It's going to the air right away.
Has a man, hits him, and it's Steve Largent. Largent to the 26-yard line. Monty Jackson, who has an interception in the ballgame, makes the tackle. Also there was Rod Martin, 25 yards of the play.
I said I'd look for him to keep it on the ground, but I also said earlier the thing about this team is they could do anything at any time, any place on the field. First down, 50-yard line, you think, well, maybe they run the ball and get a couple of yards, maintain possession, but this team is offensive. They're not playing defense, they're playing offense. They're going for another score. Hitting his favorite target, number 80, Steve Largent.
And be sure to stay with us at halftime. Brian Gumbel, NFL 78. Oakland 26-yard line. Timeout, Seattle. 1 minute, 12 seconds. Time remaining, first half. You've been in a million conferences like this. What goes on?
Well, he called a timeout at the line of scrimmage because he wasn't sure what was going on, or he saw something that he did not like. That's why he called the timeout. You go over and put it on the coach's shoulders, that's all. Because they're calling the plays. The plays are coming from the sidelines. Jerry Rome does a great job of calling the plays for Seattle. And he has, the quarterback has an option to change certain plays if they get in particular defenses. It might have been that Oakland might have confused Jim a little bit, and the best thing to do is make sure you don't make a mistake down here. Let's go find out what we're supposed to do.
You like the plays coming from the sideline?
No, heavens no.
Why not?
Well, because I think it takes away from the leadership ability of the quarterback. Now, if he can't call the plays, okay, that's fine. Have somebody else call the plays from the sidelines. But in the meantime, look for a quarterback who's capable of calling it. Because when you're in that huddle, right now, I could look in that huddle and I can look to my right tackle and ask him, you know, Steve August, can I run this particular play? According to the way John Matuzak is playing you, I want to run this way, run off tackle. He might say yes, or he might say no, but we can run it this way. Now I got him involved in the game.
Good point. Zorn throws, comeback pattern, flag is down at the 5-yard line. Largent was the receiver, but there was a flag dropped at the 5.
Yeah, it's going to be interference, but I don't know which side, whether it's offense or defensive.
It would be against the defense, because if it was against the offense, it'd bring the ball back immediately.
Yes.
That is a giveaway on that call.
Illegal contact on the defense, number 37, declined.
The penalty was declined because it would have come from the line of scrimmage.
Number 37 is Lester Hayes, defensive back of Oakland. Zorn rolling out, plenty of time to throw. Fires the ball down there to Largent. You don't see the contact, but there was some contact earlier, because what he's running a comeback pattern, he was much deeper than that before the ball was thrown.
And he barely had both feet in bounds, but he did. Smith to the outside, being chased. A pair of 47s go outside, Sherman Smith and Charles Phillips.
It's a good thing that Charles Phillips has some good speed, because had he not made that play, it was 6 points.
At the 6-yard line, it's second down goal to go. 58 seconds remaining, first half.
This is a play that's designed to go any place, really. You're handing the ball off to the back deep. He's handing off deep for the reason that he can take a look and see where the hole is. Well, there's nothing there, he says, so let's see if I can outrun Charles Phillips. Charles Phillips says, no, you cannot.
There's two pairs of 4s and 7s. 6-yard line, second down goal to go. The Seahawks won it 21-0 at halftime.
Yeah, this is a passing situation.
Faking the draw. Outstanding. Flag is down. Ron Howard, the intended receiver. Flag was dropped at the line of scrimmage. Holding against the defense. That carries with it a first down, splitting the distance to the goal line. It will go to the 3, and it will be first down and goal to go.
Holding, defense, number 37, first down and goal.
Holding on Lester Hayes. Seattle. This is the 9th play of what they hope to be an 80-yard drive. Testerman is racked up as he goes over the top. Monty Johnson was there for the Raider defense, as was most of that defensive line.
I was anxious to see if he got up after getting hit, because he's trying to go up and over, and he really gets nailed right there, and also by number 58, Monty Johnson. There it is. This is tough territory down there.
Oh, that's
people
smart.
can get hurt down there. 21 seconds remaining in the first half.
At the 1-yard line. Number 47, Sherman Smith, does not go in. Timeout. Seattle. They still have 1 timeout remaining. 10 seconds time remaining in the first half.
Oakland really played that tough, because that big back was really bowling his way in there that time, and they met him at the line of scrimmage. Pretty good shot to keep him out of the end zone.
Just that close. Now, you can run a play and call a timeout. What do you do in this situation as far as the quarterback telling the referee?
That referee is going to be right in the backfield back there. The quarterback is going to be the man that calls timeout. Now, they have 1 timeout remaining. Seattle has 1 timeout remaining. Now, in all probability, he's going to give it to one of those big backs, you know, that short a distance to go up and over, because they've been successful with it so far. As soon as that quarterback hands off, he's going to run. He should run right to that man in the striped shirt, and if he doesn't score a touchdown, call that timeout right now.
Now, can he tell the referee, I want the time, and can he tell him that situation, or does he have to go to him and call it?
Well, he should go to him. He should have gone to him there when he's up there and tell him, I'm going to be looking for you. You know,
stay close.
If he doesn't score, you know, and the referee said, well, I'm back here like I always am.
I'll be right here. Right?
Right.
But he has to call it.
Yes.
And he can't call it now. Okay. 3rd down, goal to go. About a foot away. 2nd back. Touchdown. Sherman Smith barely breaks the plane of the goal line. 20-0 Seattle.
Got in that time, but Oakland put up a very stout defense. 3 yards out. It took them 3 plays of really hard hitting to get into the end zone. Somebody is down on the ground, but there's nothing there. He's just using bull force. That's why he took off from about 6 yards deep to get that momentum going to run into that wall, and that's exactly what I'm sure it felt like to number 47 Smith, because he's met once again 58 Monty Johnson doing an outstanding job on that goal line.
An 80-yard drive in 11 plays, and another Raider has been injured on the play. They have lost Terry Robisky for the ball game. Dave Browning has bruised ribs, and yet another Raider is down, and Seattle leads it 20-0 with 7 seconds remaining on the clock in the 2nd quarter.
67, Pat
Toomey.
When a man is able to walk like that, the injury is serious. Any player who gets hurt, it's serious to him, I'll guarantee you that. But football-wise, and being able to come back, it looks like he should be able to come back in the ball game. Hopefully, anyway.
Zorn to Hull, Herrera to attempt the point after. 7 seconds left to go in the first half.
And I'm sure Herrera's not going to onside kick it, but he's probably going to line drive this kick, hoping to squib it and have it bounce around down there.
That's what he and Jack Matera are talking.
Telling right now. Don't let him run it back. Period. You know, I don't care how you do it.
Now Oakland realizes it's going to be a squib type kick along the ground, and that is to destroy the timing of the return team. These are the two deep backs. Number 80 is Joe Stewart. Number 22 is Arthur Whittington. But now the up backs are the ones that want to become very active, and that's what John Madden is doing. He is moving the up backs up.
Right, he should. The deep backs also. They're up around the 7 or 8 yard line right now. They may edge up. Looks like Joe Stewart's up about the 12 yard line. Now back to the 10, but that's what they're anticipating. You see, Seattle would like to get one of those big linemen, give them the football that's in the middle of the field, because the chances of them running all the way are very slim.
Oakland does have 3 timeouts remaining.
You can see the ball, the way it's set on the tee, that it's flat.
And it is covered by one of the linemen at the 46 yard line. Now that's number 34. Booker Russell, who is the 5th running back for the Oakland Raiders. The rookie from Southwest Texas. So how about this?
I'll tell you, they didn't want to do that because what they wanted is Oakland not to have another play, but they've got 5 seconds, so they're at the about 45 yard line. So Stabler's going to go up top. He's going to get probably 3 wide receivers in the game and go deep and hope that they score, or hope perhaps there's an interference call
or a tip ball.
Sure.
He has to go deep. 5 seconds left to go in the first half. Maximum protection. He doesn't. He goes to Biletnikoff, who steps out of bounds as the first half comes to a close. It's halftime in the Kingdome with the scores: Seattle 21, Oakland nothing.
From the Sierras to the Smokies, people are discovering what makes the great outdoors great.
Beer makes it good.
It's just one Schlitz.
There's no debate.
Nothing else comes near.
Beer makes it good.
When you're out of Schlitz.
Schlitz makes it great.
You're out of beer.
Nobody makes it like Schlitz. Every drop chill lagered for quality. 11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz. Because since 1849, Schlitz makes it great.
So when it comes to beer, why make it good? Schlitz makes it like no other could. Schlitz makes it great.
Only one smoke and fire detector. Adjust to minimize nuisance alarms from cooking or fireplace smoke. It also sounds this warning for 30 days when the battery's low, and assures you that all systems are working. Only one smoke and fire detector combines all this. Trust Honeywell to protect your family.
It starts here. The touch, the timing, the courage.
3, 7, 9, 8.
This is where all the dreams begin. And they're realized when the boy becomes a Red Grange or Johnny Unitas and comes to know the triumph of victory. This is where all those dreams come true. And here they're preserved forever in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Don't miss it.
The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, halftime. Seattle dominating the first half.
Well, we said at the top of the show, what has to happen is that defensively for Seattle, they were giving up a lot of yardage rushing, so they had to stop Oakland. They have done exactly that. Offensively, they're offensive. They're going after it from all parts of the field. They're going out to score, and they're dominating that line of scrimmage.
A big surprise. Seattle 21, Oakland nothing. Halftime will join NFL 78 after these messages from your local station.
Well, there's absolutely no reason why a kitchen can't be run as cleanly and as efficiently as a battlefield.
Right, which is my foxhole.
Grandpa and Kevin take over the housework Tuesday on NBC.
An incredible true story of survival.
Don't you ever forget this. I wanted you children to live.
Tuesday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
When engineers first designed the chainsaws that could earn the name Craftsman, they started with power. Now they put this power under control with Sears Precision Reshape Guide Bar, designed to substantially reduce the chances of it flying out of the cutting groove unexpectedly. With a chain speed up to 40 miles per hour, that's important. Cut after cut after cut. Only Sears put this power under this control on every Sears Craftsman chainsaw. Power under control.
Jack Cunningham listens.
Jack, it's a simple fact. Inflation is eating up the money I work hard for.
Even with a raise, we fall behind.
Congress has got to stop spending money we don't have for pork barrel projects we don't need. Jack, we've got your vote, but what about the rest of Congress? I've only got one vote, but that one vote stopped a billion-dollar boondoggle. And together, we have a big voice, because we're all fed up with double-digit inflation.
That's the voice we need in Congress. Vote Jack Cunningham, November 7th.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
I did it. I told my Toyota dealer that I wanted a great deal on a tough Toyota truck. You know what? I got it.
Sure. So before you buy any truck, see your Toyota dealer. He's clearing out brand new 78 trucks that are still 78 price. You'll get your money's worth and more on a truck that's rugged and comfortable. And what kind of a deal can you make?
Just ask for it, you'll get it, Toyota.
You're watching KING TV, Seattle.
Good, everyone. Welcome back to our NFL 78 studios in New York. I'm Brian Gumble, along with Mike Adamley in our Highlight Center, try to get you caught up on the proceedings of week number 8. For the Washington Redskins, well, they got off to a 6-0 start. They've now come back to the pack. They are now 6-2 after losing to the Giants today 17-6. The Giants put themselves right back in the race. They are now 5-3. Lamar Parrish out for the year for the Redskins. San Diego against Detroit. There was a mauling in the Silver Dome, and it was the Lions doing the mauling. Mike Adamley. Were the Chargers playing that badly, or were the Lions just playing well for once?
I don't know. The game was sort of a mystery to me because the Chargers really needed to win this game very badly if they were to keep their playoff hopes alive, but they did not. They made one man look very good. His name was Gary Danielson, and he threw 3 touchdown passes on the day. This one was the first one to rookie wide receiver Jesse Thompson over Mike Fuller. That made it 7-0. The Chargers got back in the game when Dan Fouts, who was replaced in the second half, hit Slidell Mitchell, who's in a one-on-one situation with linebacker Tony Dakin. He goes 55 yards to tie it up at 7-7. But that was all she wrote for the Chargers as Lawrence Gaines scores here from the one to make it 17-7. The Lions pummeled the Chargers defensive line all day long, and here's Danielson's second touchdown pass of the day, 24 yards to Dexter Bussey. That made it 24-7. At that point, they scored one more time on a touchdown pass to Thompson again, 31-14.
They made the Lions look like candidates for Canton. Out at Shea Stadium, the Cardinals versus the Jets today. Battle of backup quarterbacks. Pazarkowicz against Robinson. Robinson comes out the winner, 23-10, and the Jets are now 5-3. Cincinnati against Buffalo, there was a no-hitter thrown. Tom Dempsey got the win in this one, 5-0. All the runs were unearned. Mike Adamley had a look at all of them. Is it possible that you have highlights, my friend?
There's a little bit of highlights. You know, I want to defend the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Both teams are down on their luck, and they were pressing a little bit today, and it showed. About the only offense that Buffalo could muster was in the person of number 47, Curtis Brown here. He was the leading rusher in the game, had 100 yards even, but that's about all they could show. That run there led to this Tom Dempsey field goal of 20 yards that made it 3-0 Buffalo. And that's the way it stayed most of the game until late in the fourth quarter. A 4th and 7 situation. Rusty Jackson, the Bills punter, went back to punt. Dennis Law, the Cincinnati return man, runs into the end zone. He thinks he can escape, but number 89, Lou Picone, picks him off. It's a safety. 2 more points for the Bills. A big offensive win for them, 5-zip.
Okay, and the Bengals, like we said, are 0-8 now. Got to wonder about Homer Rice's position. Chicago against Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, a big winner here, 33-19. The Bears have now lost 5 straight after starting out 3-0. Walter Payton only 34 yards on 15 carries. Man who carried the day for the Bucs was Doug Williams, their fine quarterback, 12 for 19, 180 yards, threw for 2 scores. He ran for another. Philadelphia against Dallas. The Cowboys, a winner in this one, 14-7. That pushes them into a tie for first place in the NFC East with the Washington Redskins, who, as we mentioned, lost today. The Eagles' lone win was Jaworski to Kreffel. And Cleveland, Kansas City, the Chiefs, a winner here, 17-3 this final. Mike Adamle was watching it at Arrowhead Stadium. Michael, the Chiefs played very, very well against what is a good Cleveland Browns ball club.
The Chiefs have lost 6 straight, and that wing tee offense had not been too effective. Teams were getting used to it. It looked like Cleveland was going to blow Kansas City right out of the ballpark. This is the opening kickoff. Number 89 is Keith Wright, a little rookie, and watch him go. He turns on the firepower, runs past everybody, even the kicker, Zenon Andrusician, finally knocked out of bounds by number 44, Tim Collier. The Brownies couldn't push it in and had to settle for a Don Cockcroft field goal. Morgado scored here for Kansas City to make it 7-3, or 10-3 after a Livingston field goal. And then watch Tony Reed. Here he goes, 38 yards all the way down to the 2. Boy, he's something else. They love him in Kansas City. And a 1-play later, Mr. Morgado scores again on a 2-yard touchdown run. There he is, number 21. That made the final score 17-3 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs and breaks that 6-game losing streak.
And that wing tee showed how it worked today. Green Bay against Minnesota. The Packers came into this one with a 6-1 record. They knew they had to win this one to really establish themselves as the power in the NFC Central. They couldn't do it. The Vikings are not going to go down without a fight. They beat the Packers today, 21-7. It was a big afternoon for the master, Mr. Fran Tarkenton. He threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them to Ahmad Rashad of 3 yards and 15 yards. He threw another one to Chuck Foreman, that one of 16 yards, and the Vikings win it 21-7. So you are caught up on all the finals of this week, number 8, a week for the underdog. First game still in progress. Let's go back to the ballparks. We've still got a second half of action to come.
This is Charlie Jones along with Lynn Dawson back at the Kingdome in Seattle, where in our ball game, the Seattle Seahawks are leading the Oakland Raiders by a score of 21-0 at halftime. Now let's check the scores of the other late ball games, or what we call the 4 o'clock Eastern time ball games in the National Football League. First, New Orleans 3 and Los Angeles 3, and that is a halftime score. Steve Mickemeyer, 32-yard field goal for the Saints, and Frank Corral, a 20-yard field goal for Los Angeles.
Charlie, I think the only surprising thing about that score is that New Orleans is so close, because right now L.A. is 7-0, so they're so far out in front. I don't think anybody can possibly catch them, but it would be a big upset if they lost.
Big game in the AFC. Miami 14, New England 14. Delvin Williams scored, Andy Johnson scored, that made it 7-7. Sam Cunningham then scored for the Patriots, and a Bob Greasy to Nat Moore touchdown pass makes it 14-14.
Bob Greasy makes a big difference with that Miami.
This is Charlie Jones along with Lynn Dawson back at the Kingdome in Seattle, where in our ball game, the Seattle Seahawks are leading the Oakland Raiders by a score of 21-0 at halftime. Now let's check the scores of the other late ball games, or what we call the 4 o'clock Eastern time ball games in the National Football League. First, New Orleans 3 and Los Angeles 3, and that is a halftime score. Steve Mickemeyer, 32-yard field goal for the Saints, and Frank Corral, a 20-yard field goal for Los Angeles.
Charlie, I think the only surprising thing about that score is that New Orleans is so close, because right now L.A. is 7-0, so they're so far out in front. I don't think anybody can possibly catch them, but it would be a big upset if they lost.
Big game in the AFC. Miami 14, New England 14. Delvin Williams scored, Andy Johnson scored, that made it 7-7. Sam Cunningham then scored for the Patriots, and a Bob Greasy to Nat Moore touchdown pass makes it 14-14.
Bob Greasy makes a big difference with that Miami team, and Miami and New England, they're tied 5-2. So this is for first place. They've got to keep winning, both those teams, because the Jets also won today. They're currently 5-3.
San Francisco 14, Atlanta 7. O.J. Simpson scored a touchdown in that ball game, and Scott Bull scored on a fake field goal from 15 yards out.
I guess San Francisco, they're 1-6. Atlanta 3-4. The only thing a victory for San Francisco would do is keep the Boo Birds off their back for another week.
All right, the last score. It is Baltimore 7, Denver 6 going into halftime. Jim Turner has 2 field goals of 33 and 26 yards, and the Bill Troop, the Glenn Dowdy 19-yard touchdown pass.
Well, that's a very interesting game, and the people here are really concerned about it because Denver's 5-2, tied with Oakland, and Baltimore is all but out of it, though.
Again, our score, 21-0 Seattle at halftime.
This 1978 National Football League game is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth, who invite you to see and compare Plymouth Volare, the solid, substantial midsize for '79, and by Schlitz. Beer makes it good. Schlitz makes it great.
What? Oh, we're back here. Sorry, we were just getting an update from our crack staff. Can we have that? 17-14. New England now leads Miami with 2 seconds to go in the first half. David Posey, a 29-yard field goal. The Patriots leading Miami 17-14, 2 seconds to go in the first half.
And they're tied up 5-2, the records.
All right, we'll be back to the Kingdome in Seattle, Washington, as National Football League action will continue with the second half kickoff. The score is Seattle 21 and Oakland 0.
Get a little style in your life. Add a little life to your style. Everything in life that's worthwhile comes to you.
Introducing your next car, Chrysler LeBaron for 1979. It's got a look, it's got life, a certain style that very fashionably avoids looking like all the others, which maybe says something about you. Chrysler LeBaron. 2 doors, 4 doors, and wagons in styles that fit your life. Yet this 2-door LeBaron medallion is priced and sized with cars like Cutlass Supreme, comparably equipped. Come on, live a little. Put a new Chrysler LeBaron in your life and add a little life to your style.
I love our new house, but I wish we could get a break on the insurance.
You can get a break with Allstate. Our new house discount cuts 10% off.
Honey?
It's okay. 10% off? 10% off our base homeowner's premium.
Your home is 5 years old or less.
Yeah.
Then you qualify for our new house discount.
Now that's a real break.
No, just a bruise.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Along with Ken Stabler, this is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, as we get set to start the second half. Let's go now to 7 seconds left in the first half. And here's what happened.
14-0 was the score, and they're on about the 1-foot line. And number 47, Sherman Smith, is the man who runs into a wall. And that is number 58, Monty Johnson, but he gets in just enough to score. They go ahead at halftime by an amazing score, 21-0. If you didn't believe it the first time, I'm going to show it to you once again.
But it only counts 6 points.
Right. They didn't score twice, but that's good hard running because they were up against a very stiff defense.
What has Oakland got to do in the second half to get back in the ball game?
Hey, they've got to open it up now. They're 21 points down, and they're facing a team that is really going after them offensively. They've got to go out and put the ball in the air. They're not doing anything running with the football. Take a look at the statistics of the first half. 29 yards rushing. We said that Seattle is going to have to do one thing, and that's shut down that running, particularly to the Oakland's left side. They did that. As a matter of fact, Van Egan, 12 yards the first half on 4 carries.
Now go down to the 4th line. Yes. Total yards. Oakland 100 yards. Seahawks 250. Then go to the last line. That is the giveaway. Oakland had possession 7 minutes 15 seconds. Seahawks had it 18 minutes 45 seconds.
They had the
Two
ball,
and a half times as much.
They had the ball in the first quarter, I think, about 6 offensive plays.
Now Seattle will be kicking off to open the second half. It'll be Efrain Herrera. It becomes very obvious that the opening series for the Oakland Raiders most important.
Well, no one had scored on Oakland in the first period so far this year. Seattle did. Seattle is an offensive team, and they'll go after you. Just like at the end of the half, they scored. A lot of teams with a 14-point lead would have been content not to put that ball up in the air, but to maintain the ball on the ground and run out the clock the first half. Seattle didn't play it that way. They wanted more points, which is really a great feeling offensively, thinking that no one's going to hold you back, that you're going to have the opportunity to score every time you get the football.
Herrera to start the second half. Joe Stewart, Arthur Whittington, the deep backs for the Raiders. Stewart at the 50, 25, 30. Returns to around the 33, maybe the 34-yard line, where the Oakland offense will go to work. For the Oakland Raiders, Ken Stabler's the quarterback. Whittington will stay in as Terry Robisky is out with a knee injury. Mark Van Egan will be the other running back. The wide receivers, Cliff Branch, Morris Bradshaw, Dave Casper, the tight end. At offensive line, Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Dave Dalby, Mickey Marvin, Henry Lawrence.
I'm sure the coaches told that offensive line, we've got to get it in gear.
They come out running, Mark Van Egan. And he is wrestled down at the 36-yard line by Cornell Webster. It'll be second down and 8. We'll check that defense. Ernie Price, Dennis Boyd, Bill Sandifer, Bill Gregory up front. Sammy Green, Terry Beeson, Keith Butler, the linebackers. Peter Cronin has also been in the ballgame, as is Charles McShane. Cornell Webster, Dave Brown on the corners, Autry Beeman, John Harris at the defensive safeties. Oakland trailing 21-0. Slot right side, second and 8. Stabler to throw. He goes to Cliff Branch, and a flag goes down on the play.
Too high, you can't go outside
Autry Beeman is the man who made the tackle.
But where did he make the tackle? Above the shoulder pads, you leave him alone. You're not supposed to go upside the head. We'll take a look and see what happened on this play. Plenty of time to throw. Wide open, makes the catch. Right upset. No, you can't do that.
That's a no.
No, you can't go upside the head.
That's called a forearm shiver.
That's called a hurt, too.
And it's also called 15 yards.
That's right. That's one thing that Seattle doesn't need.
Well, we're having a little technical problem with our radio microphone for the referee, Don Wedge. It's a personal foul against Beeman. Now first down at the Seattle 43.
Screen.
Whittington. And he is dropped at the 45. You lose 2 on the play. It'll be second and 12. Bill Sandifer was there.
Well, that was a good play. Bill Sandifer, because you let that little back get loose. He's not really so little. He maybe, he's 180 pounds, and he can run with authority inside. But they had Casper out there trying to free him with a block. It's a quick screen just outside. 65, see him going out. But 87 was Casper getting in the initial block, but 66, Bill Sandifer did a great job of the old shoestring tackle.
Second and 12. Sabres pass on target. Dave Casper, tight end. Peter Cronin makes the tackle.
Haven't seen much of number 87 today receiving the football, coming across the middle on a pattern that he loves. He gets a lot of company. You can see 59 Cronin following him all over the field, because they're well aware of Casper, but he's coming up short, about 3 yards short of the first down.
It'll be third down. Casper's first reception of the ball game. And this is a man who had caught 25 for 355 yards before this afternoon. After today, we'll be at the halfway point, the end of the 8th weekend of this 16-game season. Here's Whittington inside the 30-yard line, has the first down. Now Arthur Whittington at SMU, third all-time rusher. Ahead of him, Doak Walker and Kyle Rote.
Pretty good company there. Pretty good company. There's a good play by Stabler. Just he's looking for the first down. He's looking to move that football because he needs points now. He doesn't have to get him in a hurry. You know, there's 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter. He's got plenty of time to catch up. But he's got to score now.
He needs to get within 14. Back in the ballgame.
Got to get in. Because this is a very explosive Seattle offense.
Whittington in motion. Stabler looks to him, goes to him. 9.4 speed. Comes inside and is decked at the 25-yard line. Next time he'll go down the sideline. It's not so crowded.
You know, you asked me in the first half, you know, if a lone back is back there, you know, what does he do? Well, this is not a screen pass. This is an outlet. He's looking downfield. The man he's looking for is not open, so he gets it out to number 22, Whittington. He knows he's out there. He's just standing waiting. That's his purpose in that particular play, is to stand out there, but maybe he'll cut to the outside.
Should he not go outside?
Well, I think he may the next time.
Because he draws a crowd in a hurry. Second down, 6.
But running against the grain is the way you pick up big plays, big yardage.
Stabler. Casper. Flag is down. Pass is incomplete. Flag dropped back at the 31-yard line. Autry Beeman had the coverage on Dave Casper. We had Dave Casper isolated. The number 2 scorer in the conference with 6 touchdowns.
Well, plenty of time for Stabler to throw, and what it is, he's well covered. It's an old out and up pattern. He's well covered, but Stabler feels number 87 is so good that I'm going to throw the ball up and give him an opportunity to outfight him or out jump him for the ball. Unfortunately.
Now, if the microphone works, here's the call. No. It, by the way, is a National Football League microphone. It's not the property of NBC. That's called a basic disclaimer.
Let's leave it. Well, we're not taking the blame for that, right?
Right. Second down. On those aging knees, he scrambles, throws, diving catch. 2 flags are down. Biletnikoff pulled it in around the 22-yard line, but now there were 2 markers down. Stabler has now completed his first 6 passes of the second half.
Well, he's, you know,
the one to Casper, of course, erased with the penalty.
That Kenny did an excellent job of getting out of the pocket. He'd waited and waited and waited in the pocket and got away from trouble. Got outside of all the pursuit and the pressure, and he's able to see. That's the big point. Big point with, you know, in quarterbacking. See, he's about 6'2", and those defensive players are 6'5" and 6'6". He can't see anything now. So get out of there. Now he can see. Now he's got the whole field he can see. And he's a great thrower, and he finds Biletnikoff. Freddie can get up now if he wants to.
Now we're waiting on the call. He has not given the call. They are still in conference, and they keep moving back and forth. Once they place the ball, then we'll get the official call. It's going to be a first down, so the penalty is against the Seattle Seahawks.
What would you think?
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Kingdom, Arthur Whittington carries for Oakland, moving to the Seattle 24-yard line. Now here's the situation in the Kingdom. We have 10 minutes, 43 seconds, time remaining. We're in the third quarter. Seattle leading Oakland 21-0.
They did a great job. They controlled the ball game in the first half, offensively and defensively. Van Egan only had 12 yards rushing the first half.
61-yard touchdown drive, 29-yard touchdown drive, an 80-yard touchdown drive. 7 seconds left to go in the first half. Mark Van Egan carries for the Oakland first down. The Raiders getting right back in the middle of this ball game.
Mark saw something that he hadn't seen all afternoon. I'm talking about a little daylight. That's the first hole that he's had to run through all afternoon. He did 4 carries the first half, just 12 yards. Now, you can stop this man. You can stop him. You can stop him. But pretty soon, if he finds a little daylight, he's going to get through and gain some yardage. Good blocking by number 63, Gene Upshaw. And 78 Shell.
16-yard line, first down. Stabler's pass. Intercepted. John Harris has the football. On a tip. The rookie from Arizona State. His second interception of the year for the Seattle Seahawks, their third interception of the ball game.
Well, you can't blame number 12 Stabler for this one because it's a delay pattern. He's delaying, coming underneath the coverage, and hits him right where he's supposed to, and hits his knee, and of all places, bounced straight up in the air. The only one there is the Seattle defensive man, John Harris, number 44. Talk about bad breaks. Oakland has definitely had them this afternoon.
Good break for Seattle, and it was a 9-yard return by John Harris.
Right there, hit his knee and bounced straight up in the air. He actually made a good one-handed catch.
So when we come back to play, the Seahawks will have the ball on their own 11-yard line, and they will have a first down. 9 minutes, 35 seconds, time remaining, third quarter. Bad break for the Oakland Raiders.
Really bad because they were moving
Seahawks.
the football and they needed to get a score. They needed to move in and get a score and change this football game around, change the momentum around. Now they're faced with a situation that is demoralizing to a degree, but that is not going to bother the Oakland Raiders. They've been through this many, many times.
Sherman Smith and Don Testament are the running back. Play action. Zorn pump fake, drops it off. Testament has it. Fights his way. A super individual effort, taking Rod Martin with him. And a first down in round.
Oh, that was a great play by Zorn also, because with his faking, he was looking to go to number 87, who's blocking in there and going across the field. He's looking for him, but he's well covered. Now had the ability to pull it back in, not throw it. The man is covered. Then get it to 42 Testerman, who doesn't particularly want to come down. Big play.
Ready for this? For Testerman, his second reception of the year. His first one was for 0 yards.
Well, he wants to let them know that he can catch the football and get it to him more frequently.
Sherman Smith. John Matuzak makes the tackle along with Rod Martin. That offense for Seattle is Zorn at quarterback, Sherman Smith, Don Testament, the two running backs. David Sims has a sprained knee, out for the remainder of the ball game. Steve Largent, Sam McCullum, wide receivers, Ron Howard, the tight end, offensive line, Nick Bebout, Tom Lynch, John Yarno, Bob Newton, Steve August.
Putting the three wide receivers in the ball game, Charlie.
So Steve Rabel comes in, Smith comes out. 2nd and 6. Screen.
Nobody to screen to. He's got to go. He's got to run himself.
Flag is down. He will lose yardage on the play. I believe it was Testerman that he wanted to throw to in the screen. Testerman got knocked down.
It's good defensive play when the defensive man reads it's the screen. Don't let the screen man out.
The flags are flying back and forth. John Madden is helping the officials calling for a clip. See what the call officially is. It will be against the Oakland Raiders. They place the ball out at the 32-yard line. Defensive holding, and that carries with it an automatic first down.
Yeah, that back wanted to get out, and they wouldn't let him out. But unfortunately for Oakland, it looks like the officials saw it also.
Seattle, their own 32-yard line. That defense is John Matuzak, Mike McCoy, Pat Toomey up front, Ted Hendricks, Monty Johnson, Rod Martin, and Phil Villapiano. Linebackers are Lester Hayes, Monty Jackson, Charles Phillips, Jack Tatum in the secondary. Sherman Smith, 40-yard line, a gain of 8. Ted Hendricks and Rod Martin with the tackle.
Well, they're doing an excellent job of mixing up the plays. Screen passes, throwing the football, runs straight ahead, making Oakland play defense. Make them guess. That's the secret for a good offensive team, is make that defense guess what you're going to do. Don't let them dictate to you what you can do.
2nd and 2. Third quarter, 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the period. Smith. First down, 45-yard line. Matuzak makes the tackle. One thing that the Seahawks continue to do, once they have possession, they hold on to that football for long periods of time.
Well, and that really is, they're doing that today, but in the past, they strike quickly. Here, they're maintaining possession of that line of scrimmage. When you're able to run like that and pick up yardage, you can do a lot of things offensively. That opens up the passing game. When you get a defense concerned about one thing, they're thinking about that, you're more apt to be able to be successful in some other area.
Zorn has shown play action on first down. He shows it again. Largent. Little stutter step pushed out of bounds by Monty Jackson. Close to the first down. Let's see what the officials mark it. It will be a first down.
Hey, well, these two team up very, very well. Play action pass. He's coming out. This is a timing pattern. He started deep, and he's thrown. Remember I said earlier that he threw deep to number 80, Largent, that it was going to pay off later. It's paying off now because number 42, Monty Jackson, is giving him plenty of room out there. He was 4 or 5 yards off of him when he caught the football.
Largent, collegiate ball, Tulsa. In college, he led the nation for 2 years. Junior and senior year in touchdown reception. Now at the Oakland 45-yard line. Straight shot. Don Testerman.
I'll tell you, they're ready to play offensively up there because number 51 is John Yarno, the center. And this is straight ahead. And he gets a good block on Sistrunk. You can't move him too far, but just give the back enough daylight to get through there so he isn't hit in the backfield.
Al Hunter comes in. Smith comes out. So it's Al Hunter and Don Testerman, the two running backs. Zorn has completed 6 passes in a row. He is 10 of 15 in the ball game for 130 yards through the air. Testerman gets the call again. He's got the first down. Otis Sistrunk with the tackle. Monty Johnson was also there along with Rod Martin.
Number 60, the nose guard, Otis Sistrunk. He's taking one side or the other. He's doing that. You have to generally when you're playing over the offensive center. But that good hard running by Seattle is picking up valuable yardage. They're moving that ball. And another thing, Charlie, they're keeping possession of it, and that clock is working in their favor.
And the man who started it all was John Harris with the interception back on the Seattle 11-yard line. Al Hunter. Tackle, Charles Filyaw.
He's about as big as the side of a building. You have to run around that man. That was a good job by the defensive unit of Oakland because they got penetration that time. That was a play out of the I formation where the back can run anywhere he wants on the field. But 2 or 3 defensive end got penetration and shut that play off.
Willie Brown comes in. 5 men in the secondary anticipating a pass. 3 wide receivers for the Seahawks. 2nd and 9. They give instead to Testerman. And Don moves to the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd down 3 as Matuzak and Villapiano were there for the Oakland Raiders. Boy, Testerman's a tough runner.
Well, he's hard. He's big enough. He's a big, strong. They're talking about his great running ability. I'm sure he doesn't have the lateral mobility that Sims and Sherman Smith has, but tough yardage. You want somebody that isn't going to dilly-dally. You want somebody who would say, hey, make up your mind and go.
He does that. 3rd down 3. Now, with 5 seconds on the 30-second clock, officially 4 seconds, Seattle takes the timeout. One of the problems that they've had, getting plays in and out and deciding what they're going to do. We've got a timeout on the field. 3:50, time remaining. 3rd quarter, Seattle leads it 21-0.
These are 2 of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the new Norelco rotary razor. This one has 2 blades. The new Norelco 36. This one pivots up and down. The new Norelco has 3 adjustable heads that float and a new shaving angle. Both give you a close shave, but there is one thing they offer that Norelco doesn't. Gotcha. The new Norelco rotary razor. Very close, but no gotcha.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them and picked the one with the best overall picture. They didn't pick America's biggest seller, Zenith,
are the second biggest RCA. Over 60% picked the 19-inch Sylvania Superset. Over 60%. We're not the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture. The Sylvania Superset.
An incredible true story of survival.
Don't you ever forget this. I wanted you children to live.
Donner Pass, Tuesday on NBC.
Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Dave Stern, our producer, Barry Stoddard, our director. Boy, they're doing a super job.
They really are.
And by the way, congratulations to all of our cameramen and slow motion disc operators, Vidifun operators. Tremendous crew here.
I want to say hello to my cousin.
All right, back to football. 3rd down 3. 26-yard line of Oakland. Zorn rolls, throws, pass is complete, and a flag is down. Testerman pulled it in. Monty Jackson was there for the defense in the conference.
We seem to be having a lot of penalties here.
Offensive pass interference.
Zorn had to throw that, I think, underneath the Stork, 83. That Hendricks was coming in there.
Well, that's
no way
right.
he could throw over.
Ted 6'7", 220. No, go underneath. Right.
They get into a lot of passing situations Oakland likes to bring. Can you read lips?
I believe he said number 87, Ron Howard.
Well,
the tight end. That's a guess. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
This is Channel 5, KING-TV, Seattle.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 3:42 time remaining, 3rd quarter in the Kingdome. Upset working, Seattle 21, Oakland nothing. 3rd and 13, quarterback draw, 3rd time. He has called this play, and it has worked all 3 times. Jack Tatum makes the tackle. I started to say gutsy call, but it came from the sideline, didn't it?
That's right. As you said, this was the 3rd time that he's called this play. It's a quarterback draw. Now he goes back. The backs get out of there, hoping to get the linebackers out into pass coverage. Now the great running ability of Jim Zorn comes to be. But, you know, the thing is, the more you run, the more times you expose that body to being punished. And there are some defensive people back there that do not like quarterbacks running with the football.
4th down and 1 at the 24-yard line. 2 tight ends. Actually, 4th down about 1.5 yards. It's a long one. We've got flags. Oakland jump. They may have been pulled. Let's wait and see. Testerman carries, and he is close to the 1st down. Does not have it by a large margin. If he has it at all, offsides Oakland, it'll be a 1st down.
Very good call by Jim Zorn. I say call because what he did, he changed his cadence down there. He altered it. Took longer for the ball to come. You see Matuzak is moving. You can see that the 2 of the defensive men of Oakland moved on the play. But he's changing his cadence, his rhythm, which is generally veteran quarterbacks will do that, and you don't find that too often in a young quarterback. But I think that this young Jim Zorn is maturing rather rapidly.
He's a young veteran, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's a good one. 19-yard line of Oakland, 1st down. 2 minutes, 44 seconds, time remaining, 3rd quarter. Seattle 21, Oakland nothing, and here come the Seahawks again. Goes deep, it is incomplete. Largent, 6-yard line. Monty Jackson had the defensive coverage. It'll be 2nd down back at the Oakland 19-yard line. And where are we isolated? On the cornerback, Monty Jackson.
All-Pro number 42, Monty Jackson. He's got his hands full with number 80, Largent. Good move there. Gets right up to him. Now the ball is on the way because the timing is excellent, but that is great coverage. The ball is thrown high, and Jack Tatum coming in.
He always is there, isn't he? He's always around.
Hey, that's his territory. You get in the middle, you're going to run into number 32, Jack Tatum.
Monty Jackson with an interception in the 1st half and a 24-yard return. 2nd down and 10. Flags are down. Sherman Smith.
Testerman moved before the snap of the ball. It'll be 5 yards against Seattle.
Now I've got a question. 1st half, we had very few penalty flags until the last couple of minutes. And all of a sudden, the 2nd half, It's Flag Day again. What causes that?
Well, Oakland is 21 points down for one thing, and they've got to make things happen. When you do that, you get over anxious sometimes and make mistakes that you ordinarily would not make.
Illegal motion. That's the call. Don Testerman, number 42, with the illegal motion that Lynn picked up.
He's moving right there, just a fraction before the count. I said that Zorn did a great job of changing the cadence on that 4th down situation. Good thing that he didn't do it to his men.
It'll be 2nd and 15. The Oakland 24-yard line. Point of reference, they are within field goal range for Herrera. Incomplete at the 11. Steve Rabel almost had a sensational grab. It was low. Couldn't quite pull it up.
And I might add that it's good that it was low, because if he doesn't catch it, generally that ball is not going to pop and tip in the air and give a defensive man an opportunity to intercept it. But he's getting some pretty good pressure. Ted Hendricks faking, now he's coming, but he's getting pressure from the outside from John Matuzak right there.
That's pressure.
Well, you feel it. You know, you don't look at the man, but you feel it. And you see the ball is thrown low.
But you're right. That's the only spot it could be caught without any problems from the defense. 3rd down, 15. Sherman Smith is the lone remaining back. 3 wide receivers. Zorn scrambles. His specialty. Look at that. Now he throws. Almost intercepted. He was trying the same kind of a pass to Sherman Smith. Kind of low and away on the outside corner. Good defensive play.
We said before the show that these are young, lively knees. I'm talking about his legs. And he adds a dimension. He getting away from these people. He's got good speed, so he can run away from 76. McCoy. Now he's throwing it down and out, low, so that if his man doesn't get it, chances are that no one else would get it. But Monty Johnson almost came up with that football.
42-yard field goal attempt by Herrera. He has split the uprights 3 of 8 times this year. It is up. It is up. Herrera for 42 yards out. It is Seattle 24. Oakland nothing. 2:16 left to go. 3rd quarter.
I'm not gambling on my safety this winter. I just put a CB from Radio Shack in my car. At only $89, I save $60. Now, wherever I drive in any kind of weather, I feel safe. This switch is my instant shortcut to Emergency Channel 9. 1 of 11 front panel features. Sale-priced realistic CB. I wouldn't drive without it. Now just $89. Only at Radio Shack, a candy company.
If your business takes you to the heart of a city, there's nothing like Hilton Rainbow Service. In Manhattan, it's right on Park Avenue at the Waldorf Astoria. Or if your business is pleasure, you'll find Rainbow Service at the fabulous Las Vegas Hilton and on beautiful Waikiki at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Hilton Rainbow Service. You'll find it at the heart of every Hilton, in the heart of most every city.
There's no place like
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area.
NBC Sports.
2 of the big games next week on NBC. San Diego at Oakland and Denver at Seattle. Joe Stewart and Arthur Whittington are deep as Herrera will be kicking off from the 35-yard line. Time of possession on that last drive by Seattle, 7 minutes and 19 seconds.
Oh,
Whittington.
That's tough on an offense. I'm talking about Oakland's offense, to sit around there and wait that long to get that football.
Whittington returns to the 22-yard line. 15 yards on the return. Cornell Webster made the tackle. Now in the ball game, Seattle has been on offense 3-1 in time of possession of the Oakland Raiders.
That's the game. You know, if you're on the field and have the football, the other team cannot score.
Oakland from their own 22-yard line. First down, Stabler, 10 of 17, 94 yards. But Kenny has been intercepted 3 times. Mark Van Eegen, 22 yards, 6 carries. Total rushing yardage, only 46 yards for Oakland. Screen, intercepted. 4th interception
screen pass. Number 77, Bill Greger. That's what I mean about standing on the sidelines for so long and getting into the ball game. You get anxious. And here you got Van Egan trying to get out in the screen. He doesn't. He gets popped by 77 Gregory, and Kenny throws the ball right to him. I get when things go wrong, they go wrong.
And when they go right, they go right. Depends on which side of the television set you're sitting on.
I've been there. I've done that before. I throw that ball on a screen pass, throw it to that offensive or defensive lineman. I told him I didn't think he had very good hands, but he proved me wrong.
At the Oakland 13-yard line, first down Seattle. Sherman Smith, maybe a yard, if that much. Otis Sistrunk was there.
You just got through talking about time of possession. You know, they had to play, what they have it, 10 seconds?
That's about it.
Now it's back to the people in blue, and they're on about the 13-yard line, threatening to win again.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Minute 35, time remaining, third quarter in the Kingdome. It is Seattle 24 and threatening. Oakland nothing, and Kenny Stabler has been intercepted. Look at that, 19 times.
You don't think Zorn would go to that quarterback draw again with him?
He's been there 3 times. Fires, tipped, incomplete.
Oh.
Charles Phillips. Oh, that was a quick 6.
6 points, unless Zorn might have had the speed to run him down, but that was 6 points. He was trying to throw the ball to 83, Rabel. It's a timing pattern. And 47, Charles Phillips, played this ball very, very well. Villapiano coming in, putting some pressure on, but he had plenty of time, throwing the ball down and out. Right there, mister. He gets his hands on that ball cleanly. He's straight up the sideline. Nothing, but it used to be grass, but now nothing with this carpet in front of him.
Third down and 10, 13-yard line. Zorn has missed the last 4 in a row after completing 6 in a row.
Here it
is. You're right. But this time they were waiting to lose a couple. It'll be 4th down and 12. Herrera will come in with a field goal attempt.
The reason that didn't work is because number 41, Villapiano, is coming from the middle of your screen right there. He's blitzing. 83, the Stork. Ted Hedrick's coming also and shutting off that play. They weren't going to give him any time to throw, and they were looking for that play.
From the 22-yard line, an attempt of 32 yards on the field goal. Herrera 1 for 1 from 42 yards out just moments ago. A minute and a half ago. It is good. It is Seattle 27 and Oakland nothing. Herrera now with field goals of 42 and 32 yards. 39 seconds left to go in the quarter.
To every secretary who ever asked why centering a line can't be automatic, and why setting up columns, and indenting, and underlining, and erasing too can't be automatic. To all those secretaries, IBM says, wait till you get your hands on this. The new IBM electronic typewriter. So automatic that while you fold the letter, it types the envelope. Now that's automatic.
New Schlitz Light. There's a new taste in Schlitz Light. The taste of natural ingredients brewed into a Pilsner beer. New Schlitz Light. Still less filling with a taste that's bigger than light. Gentlemen, here's to fast horses. Schlitz Light and those who love them. Schlitz Light. Natural Pilsner beer.
Scuttle the Raiders, and they certainly have this afternoon. No doubt about it. It's Seattle 27 and Oakland nothing. 39 seconds left to go, third quarter. Lynn?
Oakland's in trouble. You know, they have to strike quickly now.
What a masterful understatement that is.
That's right. Things have happened to them early in the second half, the third quarter, when that ball popped from Morris Bradshaw's knee. They were going in to score. That was really a big play in this ball game.
Big interception by John Harris. Stewart and Whittington are deep. Whittington at the 10-yard line. 12 yards on the return.
They are popping out there.
Peter Cronin makes the tackle. Oakland has to get something going. They're being demolished at the 23-yard line. First down. I've never seen Oakland dominated like this.
I haven't either. I've been watching that football team for a lot of years.
Greasy to Tillman, a 4-yard pass. Miami leads New England 21-17. That score just in. Pass is incomplete to Whittington.
They're not looking at the football. They're thinking about getting that big run after they make the catch, but they've got to think of the first things first, and that is catch the football. Now, that was a very catchable ball. It was down low and a place where you wouldn't think it could be intercepted, but he almost gives him an opportunity. He's got to get down with that ball. He can't stand up and put his hands down there. He's like an infielder. You go down, catch the ball, and then make your move.
With 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Miami leads New England 21-17. A Bob Greasy to Andre Tillman touchdown pass. Stabler to Whittington. Has the first down. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Cornell Webster was there for the defense.
Now he did. You know, that time he really looked at the football and followed in, made the catch before he made any move.
A gain of 20 yards on the play. The Raider boosters very quiet here this afternoon. Oakland at home hosting San Diego next week. Seattle at home hosting Denver. Oakland has been at home only 3 times in the first half of the season. Whittington, indecision. He'll lose a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 12. Webster makes the tackle, and time will run out in the third quarter on that play. The gun sounds. That is the end of the third quarter. It is Seattle 27 and Oakland nothing. 3 are in the book. We'll be back with the 4th chapter in a moment.
He was a man who never danced, never sang, never performed for an audience.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, as we're set now to start the 4th quarter. Is Oakland through in this ball game?
No,
Has Seattle already won it?
They're not through yet, because in the past they've shown what they can do, but they've got to get something started right now. They've got to score quickly, and their defense has to do a better job, because their defense is not shutting off this fine Seattle offense.
Oh, Seattle has been outstanding. Let's go to the action now in the 4th quarter in the Kingdom. Big upset working here in Seattle. And don't forget, next weekend on NBC, NFL football, it's a doubleheader. The 4 o'clock ball games, Baltimore and Miami, San Diego and Oakland, Denver and Seattle. I'll come back and give you the 1 o'clock ball games in a moment. Stabler goes right to work. 2nd and 12. All kinds of time. Pass is complete at the 48-yard line, Seattle territory. It'll be about a yard shy of the first down, going to Cliff Branch.
Boy, that was a good play by Cliff Branch, making that catch. He was way downfield, and it was a comeback pattern toward the sidelines, but he was well aware of everything. He was aware of the sidelines, where he was located. He was aware of the defensive man, where he was located. And Kenny's throwing the ball that if he doesn't catch that football, nobody is. Great job by both the quarterback and the wide receiver, Cliff Branch.
3rd down 1. It'll be a first down for the Oakland Raiders. Terry Beeson makes the tackle.
I'll say this Seattle defense, they're not giving things away very easily.
Otis Sistra.
Been a long afternoon for that defense, because they've been on that field so much of the time.
John Madden, his record, it is outstanding in the NFL. 99 victories, 27 defeats, 7 ties. He thought perhaps today would be number 100. It will have to wait. Stabler's pass, Fred Biletnikoff, and Fred has it at the 35-yard line. Keith Butler makes the tackle. It's a first down.
This is a Freddie Biletnikoff's type of situation, because the defense, Seattle's defense, does not want to give up that long ball that they strike in a hurry. So they're going to be more apt to concede things in the 15 to 18-yard area. Nobody does that any better than Fred Biletnikoff. He can run those patterns. He'll run 25 yards down the field and come back and catch it about 8-9 yards deep sometimes.
Stabler.
There
Again
he
with
is.
lots of
Bad
time.
throw.
Again the comeback pattern, and this time Fred missed it. Stabler was simply off target on that.
Yeah, he threw behind Fred on that time, and Fred did a great job really of getting open, because he'll run down the field maybe 20-25 yards and come straight back at the quarterback when he finds a lane that the quarterback can see through.
I remember asking Biletnikoff about his speed several years ago. He's always been known as a move man. Do you know that they have never clocked him? Because the Oakland Raiders did not want anybody to know how fast he was.
Well,
and Fred always described it as, I have deceptive speed. Now, what that means, I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. He's been in the end zones a lot of times with those defensive backs looking back, finding out what had happened.
Stabler is nailed. Keith Butler. That is the third sack for the Seahawks. Third sack. Now remember, they had only 7 prior to this ballgame for the rest of the year.
Well, they had to get some pressure on Ken. With the 4 men rushing, they were not getting that job done, so they came with the linebackers. You can see number 53 is Keith Butler coming through. Nobody touched him, making the play, and it's really a big play because it puts them way back. Now they've got some 21 yards to go for a first down, and I don't know as if they would punt the football if they gain some yardage. They probably go for the first down. They've got to.
Seattle leading 27-0. Stabler throws. Incomplete, almost intercepted. Dave Brown almost picked it off. Bradshaw. Morris Bradshaw, the intended receiver.
Well, doesn't seem to be Oakland's day right now, which is another understatement, but
standing ovation for the defense.
They've done a tremendous job, particularly on the last couple of plays, forcing Oakland to punt, because had Oakland made some yardage on that play, I think undoubtedly they would have gone for the first down, but they're right now in a position that's too far to go that they've got to punt it away, and they've got David Hum of Oakland warming up on the sidelines.
Ray Guy to kick. He goes for the corner. This time he hits it. Officials will mark it out at the 21-yard line. Timeout on the field. We'll be back in a moment.
From South Carolina to North Dakota, they know what makes a state fair a great fair.
Beer makes it good. It's just one Schlitz. There's no debate. Nothing else comes near. Beer makes it good. When you're out of Schlitz, Schlitz makes it great. You're out of beer.
Nobody makes it like Schlitz. Every drop chill lagered for quality. 11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz. Because since 1849, Schlitz makes it great.
So when it comes to beer, why make it good? Schlitz makes it like no other could. Schlitz makes it great.
If your engine isn't starting on cue, put in a fresh set of Champion spark plugs at least once a year. Champion and your engine can make beautiful music together. You can't buy a better plug.
As Lenny Dawson pointed out, Dave Hum loosening on the sideline. Seattle has the ball first down, their own 21-yard line. Zorn to Sherman Smith. And Smith has 5 yards on the play. Charles Phillips makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 5. Score in on that Miami-New England game. With 1 minute left in the third quarter, it is now New England 24, Miami 21. Horace Ivory scoring from a yard out. Big ball game.
That's for first place in the East.
And also, that sets up the games of next week. And here they are. Baltimore and Miami, San Diego and Oakland, Denver and Seattle. Those are all the 4 o'clock games. 1 o'clock games, Buffalo at Cleveland, Houston and Cincinnati, Kansas City at Pittsburgh, and the Jets at New England. Don Testerman gets the call, but Tuzak stops him. 28-yard line, a gain of a couple. It is 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. Zorn, quarterback draw. And this situation has been his favorite call.
I don't think so in this particular situation, because 3 yards, they can look for a run also. And I think what is happening now, that Oakland has made up their mind that they've got to put some pressure on that quarterback, and they're going to have to start sending the linebackers.
So you look for him to throw.
Yep.
And he will. And it's there. Largent has it. First down, out of bounds. Steve Largent.
That looked like it's something I've been watching for years. It looked like Stabler to Freddie Biletnikoff, the timing involved there and the way that they ran that particular pattern. Largent, number 80, did a great job of making sure he got that defensive back turn, that is, turn to run deep. Plenty of time to throw. And now come back toward the quarterback and toward the out-of-bounds marker. See, there's about 4 yards of separation between the receiver and the defensive back when he makes the reception, which meant that he drove that defensive back off.
Largent, 4 receptions, 67 yards. Both backs in the block. Going deep, it's Largent. Tip. Cover.
Oh, it was great coverage.
But he still almost pulled it off.
Woo! When you talk about concentration and looking at that football, following that football, everybody in the block, he's going up top. He's going downtown for 6 points. Now you're going to take a look and see that Largent is, look at him, look at that football. Look at him follow it now. You can see it right there. Look at his head and his eyes. He's looking at it, and he almost comes up with a fantastic look at that. Even there, he followed that ball all the way down to the turf. Beautiful. That is what receiving is all about, and that is what great receivers do. They follow that ball, and they have one purpose only, and that is to catch that foot. That's his, he figures.
Now, we know that Jim Zorn is a very proficient juggler, appears on television shows. I didn't know that Largent was also a juggler.
He must be teaching his receivers, too.
2nd down and 10. Zorn scrambles. Whoops. Decides to run it instead. He'll lose some yardage. He'll lose about 5. It'll be 3rd and around 15 as Charles Phillips made the tackle. Now, let us point out on the screen here in the Kingdom, they have the replay. And that replay was so exciting that all the players stopped playing, and they were watching Largent and his juggling act. There it is. That's the replay screen. Oh. It'll be 3rd down and 15. 10 minutes, 49 seconds, time remaining in the ball game. Seattle way out in front, 27-0 over the Oakland Raiders.
That last play, that pocket was changed. He went back in the middle of the pocket behind the center, then he sprinted out to his right. And because he's got such great speed, he's able to do that.
Zorn having pressure. Now he scrambles. Turns around the corner and scoots out of bounds. He goes out at the 47 or the 48-yard line. But it will still be 4th down in a punting situation.
You're talking about, what an advantage speed is. See, most team sports, the big thing that you must have is speed. That's what everybody's looking for. And number 10, Jim Zorn, has that speed. Now he's getting out of trouble. He's looking to throw, but you see number 83, Ted Hedrick's coming in there. He's got a little open field now. He's getting smart because now he shouldn't stop there. I'll tell you that. He should keep on moving. Because no one says that the defensive man is going to stop just because you cross that white line.
Beginning of the telecast, you mentioned that Zorn, the number 2 rusher for Seattle, 63 yards and 5 carries in the ball game. Weaver to punt. Colsey with the return. Watches it roll.
That'll be a good kick for Seattle.
It'll be down around the 14-yard line. We'll stop the clock. 10:07 left to go in the ball game. Seattle 27, Oakland nothing.
Introducing Kmart 672, a powerful new car battery that's completely maintenance-free. Hook the 672 to this electric winch, and it can pull this 44-ton diesel locomotive, the Kmart 672, packed with power to deliver surefire starts. If it can pull this 44-ton locomotive, you'd better believe it can start your car. Check it out at most Kmart automotive departments across the USA, where quality auto parts are Kmart priced.
Duster's back.
And is it looking good?
Plymouth Duster is back, along with traditional Duster economy and new Duster excitement. Inside, great-looking new buckets, a terrific new exterior package, and the kind of fun Duster's been famous for. You can capture Duster and all of this excitement for a price that might be hard to believe. Hey, everybody, we're selling fun, and it's a real bargain.
That's imagination. That's
Nobody offers Super Saver discount fares to so much of this land as United. United built the largest airline in the free world around you.
In the fourth quarter, Baltimore still leads Denver 7-6. That's good news for Raider fans. Now, if that holds up and the game here stays as it is, that means that Denver and Oakland would still be tied for the lead in the West. Their records would both be 5-3. Seattle would be 4-4, solidly in third place.
Seattle knew going into this game that it was a must-win for them if they had any aspirations of staying in the race.
From the Oakland 14-yard line, Stabler drops it off underneath the coverage. He goes to Mark Van Egan. Egan out to the 23-yard line. It'll be second down and about a yard. Charles McShane makes the tackle. Now, if all of that holds, then that means it's San Diego at Oakland. Big ball game next weekend on NBC. Denver at Seattle. Baltimore at Miami. Baltimore trying to get back in the race in the East. So things are beginning to get exciting at
halfway
mark
through the season.
Right. Mark Van Egan picks up the first down. Keith Butler makes the tackle. And our crack staff is going to give us the information that they passed to us that I did not get a moment ago. And that is, when was the last time Oakland was shut out? Against Houston in 1966. See how quickly we're right on top of everything today.
I remember 66.
Thank you, David Stern, our producer. It was 12 years ago. Stabler throws. Morris Bradshaw. And a first down. 8 minutes, 45 seconds, time remaining in the ballgame. Sammy Green makes the tackle. Oakland at their own 38.
Seattle's setting back now. Their defensive secondary, they're conceding the balls in front. And I think what they'll do, too, is they'll do that. Then all of a sudden they'll put a blitz on Kenny Stabler, hoping to rush him a little bit because he's had plenty of time to throw. Here they come.
Comeback pattern, far sideline. Morris Bradshaw, it's complete. It's a first down. Seattle 49-yard line. What comes to my mind is Cornell Webster was there for the defense. Is what happened to David Hum, who was listening up. I thought we'd see him in this series.
Well, they need to get some points on the board. And their man is Ken Stabler. He's done it so many times in the past. I said they had put some pressure on. You can see number 59 is Charles McShane coming in and trying to put pressure on Stabler, but the timing is excellent. The reception is good. I don't like to see receivers catch the ball in their chest, though, because if a man hits you as the ball hits your chest, it's going to bounce away. But if you catch it in your hands, you got a shot of.
Morris Bradshaw again. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and a couple.
But I should add, the important thing is to catch the football, however way that you would like.
Mark it second down and 3 at the Seattle 42. Bradshaw 3 for 31. We're moving on the 7-minute mark. Time remaining in the Kingdom this afternoon. This would mean Seattle at the midway point. Their record would be 4-4. Pete Banaszak.
There's a man that comes in, and whenever he comes in, things seem to happen.
when Pete's in the football game. He gets the job done. I think they've been trying to cut him for years now.
They have. I think they cut him every preseason. They bring him back because they need him.
Well, they sure do.
He's a good one. I like it.
He's their money ball player.
First down at the Seattle 35-yard line. Pete Banaszak in his 13th season. Stabler throws. Bradshaw has it again. A gain of 5. It'll be second down 5. Cornell Webster makes the tackle. From the Seattle standpoint, is taking Oakland a lot of times. Completed passes. Clock continues to move. 6:05 left in the ball game. This is what the Seahawks want to do now.
This is their game right now. They have an ally, and that's that big clock up there that's ticking away. Now says 5:53 on it.
I thought you were going to say the big clock in the sky.
There's no sky here. This thing isn't closed.
Second and 5. Draw. Whittington.
All right.
First down. Arthur Whittington. Peter Cronin with the tackle. He's exciting to watch.
Well, he did all this on his own because he was penned up about 3 yards in the backfield, as you'll see. This is a draw play. He's looking for some place to go, and he can't seem to find it. Shane gets a hit on him, but doesn't bring him down. Now he's fighting and scrapping. Big Henry's out in front, fortunately, and just enough for a first down.
I don't know about the coaching staff at SMU. When he was first there, they had him playing as a defensive back. And he begged them to let him run with the football. They found out he could really do it. Stabler throws. Cliff Branch.
He's in.
Oakland is on the board. 27-6 with 4:57 for Kenny Stabler. That is his 7th touchdown pass for Cliff Branch. Are you ready?
Yes,
first
sir.
touchdown
This
of
is
the
the
season.
first TD reception for Branch. He makes the catch in front. And great speed will do this for you. Right here, there are 3 or 4 defensive men around there, but that great speed, he just ran by 3, 4 Seattle football players, defensive players that had a shot at him or could have had a shot at him.
Errol Mann to attempt the point after. 22 yards on the pass play. An 86-yard touchdown drive. It is good. The score, Seattle 27, Oakland 7, 4:57 left in the ball game.
I gotta get through. The guys are counting on me. Luckily we rented this truck. It's a Ryder. Ryder rents and leases tough trucks. They keep on going. Trucks have never heard the word quit.
Hey, fellas, he made it!
I made it! I made it! They said it couldn't be done, but I made it! I drove the truck. I drove you! You're my truck! We're a team! I love you, truck!
Blizzard Sock City, Storm Malls Midwest. Get ready for it again during Sears' big National Snow Tire Sale. Save on 4-ply snow tires. Save on belted snow tires. Even Sears' best Road Handler ice and snow radials. Great snow tires at great preseason prices. Now for a limited time, you can save from 12 to 20%. Don't get stuck without snow tires this winter. Get them now at Sears.
With Kenny Rogers, Crystal Gale, Ronnie Millsap, Mel Tillis, Loretta Lynn, and a galaxy of stars celebrating Hee Haw's 10th anniversary tonight.
Seattle suspects an onside kick. We talked about Herrera. Seahawks have been successful 4 or 5 times. Here's Ray Guy. No, he goes deep. That's a surprise.
He should down that ball in the end zone. Oh, no.
Now he's down. Now he has to go. Rufus Crawford. Indecision. Returns it to the 12-yard line.
They will work on this, or it'll be mentioned next week, because he has nobody to block for him. Stay there. Stay there. Oh, he heard me a little too late. Now you better go and put that football away. Look at him carrying that ball down there. One thing they don't want to do is give up the football.
Right?
Yes. Oh, that puts your offense in a bad situation back.
I have a feeling that Jack Patera is going to say yes, he is. And they'll discuss it right now.
Yes, sir.
That's not a discussion.
No, that isn't. Because a discussion involves 2 people talking.
That's right.
All right.
Steve Meyer is now the quarterback.
What's he doing? Screen pass.
Here's a screen. It is complete. Testerman looks for help.
Look, he
has it. Breaks it. 29-yard line. Lester Hayes makes the tackle. A flag goes down. Sistrunk was also there. 17 yards on the play. And another Raider has been shaken up. Personal foul against Oakland. We'll take a timeout with the score. Seattle 27, Oakland 7. Back in a moment.
By now, almost everybody's heard about the incredible Black & Decker Workmate. About how it makes almost any hard job a lot easier. Like planing, hammering, sawing, almost anything. But what most people don't know about the incredible Workmate is now you can get a single hatch model for as little as $45.
Wow.
That's right. A Black & Decker Workmate for about $45. That's really incredible.
Take any razor available in America. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because of our unique three-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The exclusive Intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back. Now at department, drug, discount, and hardware stores from coast to coast.
Kick off a big day of football action with NFL 78, followed by an NFL doubleheader in most areas. It all happens next Sunday on NBC. Check local listings for the games in your area. NBC Sports.
Here's that last play. Meyer in at quarterback. He fakes over to his left. Now it's going to be a screen pass to number 42, Testerman out here. You talking about determination to run. There's one man. Two men had a shot at him. He's going to end up getting 17 yards. Three men had a shot. Monty Johnson didn't bring him down. Lester Hayes is the man that finally brings down. Number 60, Otis Sistrunk. This is where the call came in for piling on or unnecessary.
The elbow in the back step.
Yes, it's just a frustrating afternoon for us, and I'm just going to let you know I don't like it.
Now there is Testerman. He came out limping, and Lester Hayes is still being administered to. And what we were talking about just a few moments ago, as that replay was on the screen with the timeout on the field, both of the ball clubs on the field were watching the replay. Now with the penalty on Sistrunk for getting there late, the ball goes out to the 44-yard line. Now this is the first appearance this year for Steve Meyer.
Well, he's one
Our
for
staff
one.
all says yes.
One
he's
for one.
Boy, first appearance, 8th ball game, and you come out throwing from your own end zone.
Why not? Yeah. And he ran in the end zone to make the throw, too. They're going to be coming after him. I'll guarantee you that. Oh, but too soon.
Matuzak got there too soon. Now he pushes off of Steve August, and Matuzak takes a swing at him. He's got to be gone. They are calling illegal procedure on Seattle, which means one of the offensive linemen from tackle to tackle move before the snap of the ball. It's an automatic call. Now, did my eyes deceive me? Let's see if the radio's working.
False start on the offense, number 61.
Did not Matuzak take a swing at him?
Well, I would have qualified or classified that as a swing.
I thought that was automatic. Let's see if we have it with our crack staff here. Matuzak is on the right, number 72. It'll be a little further down on the disc if we have it. No, we just had the movement of the offensive line. Well, if you're going to take a swing, do it when the officials aren't.
No, don't do it when everybody's standing around watching.
1st and 15. Meyer to throw.
Look at
on
this.
Target. Brian Peets, the backup tight end, rookie free agent from University of Pacific. Charles Phillips makes the tackle for Oakland.
Tom Meyer came into the ball game. His very first play, came out throwing, got a penalty on the second one. Here he is again. He's saying, I've been sitting around a long time, and he does that under duress. He got nailed as he threw it. That's a perfect strike. Number 88, Brian Peets. Right here, he's going to take a shot right here. Bang. And throws a perfect strike.
Now, a quick background on Steve Meyer from New Mexico. Third year, taken in the 4th round of the draft at 76. Played in 4 games last year. Threw for 4 touchdowns against Tampa Bay. Boy, he is hot. Also, he was featured along with Jim Zorn a week ago.
Yes.
On NFL 78.
They are not bashful. The Seattle quarterbacks, they come out and they'll throw. Generally with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, and you've got a comfortable lead like they have. You think, well, we'll run a few plays, run out the clock, but not this Seattle team.
Remember seeing the name Don McGuire on the credits?
Yes.
Of NFL 78?
Yes.
Well, he went to school with Steve Meyer. That's one of the reasons that he was on the show last week. No, the other reason, he's a very good quarterback. First down. Oakland, 39-yard line.
Oh, good hit.
Al Hunter had the ball, and Matuszak had Al Hunter.
Yes. Somebody got the big twos got him angry out there, because he really puts a shot on number 24, Al Hunter, out of Notre Dame. Bang. You know, that's the way to tackle. That is the way to tackle.
That's easy for you to say up here.
I'm up here, yes. I mean, I should say the proper way.
3 minutes, 8 seconds. Clock is moving. Time remaining in the ball game. Seattle leads it 27-7. Steve Meyer handing off. Testament will lose a yard, maybe 2. Otis Sistrunk was there.
If he's going to pass the football, he's going to do it under a lot of pressure, because Oakland, that defensive unit, they've got about 8 people up near that line of scrimmage going after the quarterback.
Next week's doubleheader on NBC. The 1 o'clock games in the East: Buffalo at Cleveland, Houston at Cincinnati, Kansas City at Pittsburgh, the Jets at New England. The 4 o'clock games are 1 o'clock on the West Coast. Baltimore at Miami, San Diego at Oakland. That's always tough when they meet, although the Chargers have not been playing that well under Don Coryell. And Denver at Seattle, another sellout in the Kingdom. 3rd and 9. Meyer throws as he was hit, and a bounce pass to Steve Largent is incomplete.
Well, I said that if he's going to throw the football, he's going to do it under pressure. They had all the linebackers coming. Had he gotten the ball up, Largent ran a good pattern. He was open, but he caught it on the first bounce. That's not allowed here.
It was Monty Johnson, number 58.
You got to realize that defense is mad. They're frustrated because they've been on the field all day long, and the other team has been doing so very well. So this is the way you're greeted sometimes as a quarterback. Sometimes you pay for the privilege of throwing.
Neil Cozy is set to return the kick of Herman Weaver. 2:07 left in the ball game. Just a high, lazy floater. Will be down in the neighborhood of the 11-yard line by Seattle. 89 yards away from the end zone. Charles McShane was there. 2-minute warning. Seattle 27, Oakland 7.
All across our land, people know our brand.
Come on,
you
guys.
can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Spark plugs by AC.
See that, men? You can trust AC spark plugs. And remember AC filters to help protect your engine from dirt and dust. Right, Ben? Ben? Heads!
Drive through dirt and dust. Good filters are a must. You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Filters by AC. Plugs and filters by AC.
Hey, nice. Where'd you get it?
Avis Rent-A-Car.
Avis introduces rent-a-cars you wish you owned, like the Chevy Caprice.
I think I'll park it myself.
The Cadillac Sedan DeVille. The Olds Cutlass. Buick Regal. The Pontiac Grand Prix. Rent-a-cars you wish you owned. Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
With 6 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the Miami-New England game, Garo Yepremian, a 29-yard field goal. That game is tied 24-24. Be sure and stay with us, time permitting, following this ball game. The Sperry NFL report to update all of the action if our game is over in time, of course. Now, the officials mark the ball at the 13-yard line. And a new quarterback for the Raiders, Dave Hum of Nebraska, in his 4th year. 1 for 3 throwing this season.
I bet he's thrilled about being in this situation. Backed up on the 13-yard line.
Now with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the ball game between Baltimore and Denver. Baltimore still leads it 7-6. Bill Troop, the Baltimore quarterback, has left the field with a shoulder injury. Mike Kirkland has replaced him. Second and 6. Arthur Whittington.
Good job
Cronin makes a tackle.
by that Seattle defense. You see the way that they would string that play out, gave him no place really to run, no gap to shoot up, and did a good job defensively.
What we're looking at is Denver and Oakland still tied, both with 5-3 records. Seattle in 3rd place with a 4-4 record. Just 1 game back. 3rd down and around 4. Hum to throw. He fumble. No, they'll rule it an incomplete pass. It is an incomplete pass. That is the 4th sack of the ball game for Seattle. And only their 11th of the year and 4 of the 11 this afternoon.
Yes, sir, they call that incomplete. He's going to get a lot of pressure. Bill Sandifer, number 66, is the man right up there. What do you do now? Up the gap. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He tucked that ball back underneath. There's a break for Oakland. Looks like a break for Oakland because he starts his motion forward, but he pulls it back. Pulled it back right there. Unless he threw it right there at the last second. If that's the case, then it was intentionally grounded.
At any rate, it's 4th down.
And 4th down, actually it's a break for Oakland. Another bad one, but it's a break.
Ray Guy will be kicking to Rufus Crawford. 47 seconds left in the ball game. We lost our audio momentarily. A little technical mishap. Maybe it was switching again in Burbank. We'll blame it all on them. No.
Blame it on an instant replay up there. All the players are watching.
Now Ray Guy set to kick. Rufus Crawford for the return. It's been a Seahawk afternoon in the Kingdom. Terrible kick. And it goes out of bounds. That stops the clock. 47-yard line of Oakland. Seattle has the ball. The Seahawks lead it 27-7.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to a special new car. Take a look at this new Chrysler Newport. Just look at this new design. It's a big, beautiful car that still looks like a full-size car. Now you can have the kind of room full-size cars have been known for. So with Newport, when 6 people ride in style, they also ride in comfort. Newport is a car you can really feel good about, especially on the road. You can have a smooth and quiet Chrysler ride because Newport has the kind of road-hugging stability you find in a full-size car. You can have new gas mileage you'll be happy to tell your friends about. Now you can have something really special, a Chrysler, all at a very down-to-earth price. Come up to the new Chrysler Newport, because Newport means that now you can have it all. Now, right now.
John Madden, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, he'll be glad to get home. They've only had 3 home games out of the first 8.
This is a game that Oakland wants to forget about, to get out of this kingdom and go back to Oakland, California to regroup, because you're going to have games like this. This happened to be Seattle's afternoon today.
At the Oakland 47-yard line, first down, Steve Meyer, incomplete to Al Hunter.
Due to technical difficulties, the sound portion of your program is temporarily impaired. It is not your set. Please bear with us. We're working on it.
I'm surprised you don't just go ahead and run it out.
Well, see, I'm sure that the quarterback, Meyer, is saying, I don't get to play very often. And I don't get to throw the ball except in practice.
All right, we had audio problems again. And again, we apologize. We have it back.
Tom Meyer is in there throwing the football on every down.
Steve Meyer. Steve,
I'm sorry.
Stay alert. We're going to hold a quiz.
That, you know, everybody else is saying, run the ball and get this thing over with so we can get out of here.
It was a Duke Ferguson that just came in with a play from the bench, and I feel very confident that is the instruction. He's going to keep throwing. Incomplete. Duke Ferguson, who came in with the play, is the intended receiver. So apparently Jack Patera just says, hey, you know, everything's working. Let's stay with it.
What this could be, too, is he hasn't had much opportunity, much work. He hadn't completed
in game conditions.
Right. So they're saying, you know, we know that he can hand off the football. But it's not, I don't think, to rub it into Oakland, run up the scores, is to give Meyer some work under game conditions. So in case anything happens to Zorn, you know, which happened last year, he missed several ball games because of an injury.
Jim Plunkett now with the Oakland Raiders on the sideline. 31 seconds left to go in the ball game. Don Testerman. And now all that the Seahawks need to do is just go stand in the huddle. 19 seconds and counting. That will wrap it up here at the Kingdome. One of the major upsets the 1978 season. The executive producer of NBC's NFL Football is Don Omeyer. The telecast of today's game was produced by David Stern, directed by Barry Stoddard, the associate director Jim Marcioni. This has been Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Seattle 27, Oakland 7. Your impressions, Lynn?
Well, I'm very impressed with Seattle because they just completely turned things around to what happened a week ago.
Now to New York City, Brian Gumble, the Sperry NFL Report.
We'd like to welcome those of you who've been watching that tremendous upset of the Seattle Seahawks pulled on the Oakland Raiders. We've still got two great ball games going on. We're going to send you to look at one live. It is going on in Baltimore right now. The Broncos going against the Colts. Let's check in there live with our announcers, Marv Albert and Mike Hafner. Okay, we are not going to check in live, so let's pick up on the scores of this day, week number 8. The Redskins against the Giants. The Giants pulled an upset on a week of upsets. Today they beat the Redskins 17-6. It is loss number 2 in a row for the Redskin crowd. Joe Theismann had a bad day throwing 3 interceptions. San Diego against Detroit. The lowly Lions pulled a surprise in the San Diego Chargers. This one 31-14 as Gary Danielson had a big day, as did all of the Lions offense playing at home. St. Louis against the Jets. The Jets a winner in this one. The final there, 23-10. Matt Robinson over Steve Kozarkowicz. Cincinnati against Buffalo. Buffalo a winner 5-0. The Bengals are now 0-8. Chicago against Tampa Bay. It's 5 straight losses for the Bears. They came out on the short end of a 33-19 score. Philadelphia against Dallas. Dallas a winner in this one, 14-7. The Eagles come up losers. The Cowboys now tied for first place in the NFC East with the Washington Redskins. Green Bay against Minnesota. The Vikes assert themselves back in the race in the NFC Central. They beat the Packers today 21-7. Cleveland against Kansas City. The Chiefs a surprise winner in this one, 17-3. Tony Reed had 97 yards rushing. New Orleans against Los Angeles. This one is in the 4th period. It is another surprise. The Saints are out in front 10-3. Miami against New England. This one a dandy going on for first place in the AFC East. New England out in front 31-24. Atlanta against San Francisco. The Falcons have just come back to tie. It is tied at 17-all in the 4th period. Oakland against Seattle, as you just saw. Seattle a surprise winner and a big winner, 27-7. And Baltimore against Denver. This one in the 4th period. It is Baltimore 7 and Denver 6. We'll come back with some final notes right after we take a commercial break.
Bringing cheese from Cantal. Pressed fabrics from Bayeux.
That's it from here. Let's go to Foxborough for the ending of the Patriots-Dolphins ballgame.
Tackle. You heard the whistle. The timeout stops the clock with 1 minute 27 seconds left.
We welcome the fans that have been watching the Raiders and Seattle from the Kingdome. And what an upset there, 27-7. But the West Coast spelled upset today. Look at this final. From the Coliseum in Los Angeles, the New Orleans Saints have handed the Rams their first loss of the year. 10-3. Archie Manning hit Tony Galbraith 19 yards for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Miami Dolphins and the Patriots football game still in progress at this time with a score 31-24 in favor of the Patriots. Immediately following NBC's football coverage, The Wonderful World of Disney. You'll see part 2 of Now You See It, Now You Don't. We'll start over most of these same stations except for the Mountain and Pacific Time Zone stations where it will be seen in its regular time. So stay with us. You'll see The Wonderful World of Disney in its entirety.
What an outstanding game we're seeing here, Dick, as you see Grogan on one side and Greasy on the other. The hottest offensive performance we have seen all year, and I think the best game I have seen offensively in several years. Both quarterbacks utilizing the receivers. Great running games on both sides.